Welcome to Mindful Mastery, Navigating Self-Awareness and Emotional Intelligence, an audiobook designed to empower you on your journey of personal growth and inner discovery. Written by Mindful Literary, this transformative guide invites you to explore the depths of mindfulness, self-awareness, and emotional intelligence. In a world filled with distractions and challenges, mastering the art of mindfulness becomes a powerful tool for navigating life with clarity and purpose. Through this audiobook, you will embark on a journey of self-mastery, learning practical techniques and insights to enhance your emotional resilience and deepen your understanding of yourself and others. Join me as we delve into the heart of mindfulness practices, self-reflection, and emotional regulation. Together, we will uncover the keys to mindful living and discover how to cultivate greater awareness in every aspect of our lives. Whether you are new to mindfulness or seeking to deepen your practice, this audiobook offers a roadmap to mindful mastery and emotional well-being. Get ready to unlock your inner potential, embrace mindfulness, and navigate the path to greater self-awareness and emotional intelligence. Let's embark on this empowering journey together. Chapter 1: Understanding the Mind. The power of the mind. The mind is a remarkable and powerful tool that shapes our experiences, perceptions, and actions. It is the epicenter of our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, and it plays a crucial role in determining the quality of our lives. Understanding the power of the mind is essential for cultivating a mindful mentality and living a more fulfilling and purposeful life. The mind's potential. The mind possesses immense potential that often goes untapped. It has the ability to create and manifest our desires, shape our reality, and influence our overall well-being. The power of the mind lies in its ability to shape our thoughts, which in turn shape our actions and ultimately determine our outcomes. When we harness the power of our minds, we can transform our lives in profound ways. By cultivating a positive mindset, we can overcome challenges, achieve our goals, and find greater happiness and fulfillment. On the other hand, a negative mindset can hinder our progress, limit our potential, and lead to feelings of dissatisfaction and unhappiness. The mind-body connection. The mind is not separate from the body, rather, they are intricately connected and influence each other in profound ways. The mind-body connection refers to the relationship between our thoughts, emotions, and physical well-being. Research has shown that our mental state can have a significant impact on our physical health. Negative thoughts and emotions, such as stress, anxiety, and anger, can manifest as physical symptoms and contribute to the development of various health conditions. On the other hand, positive thoughts and emotions, such as joy, gratitude, and love, can enhance our well-being and promote overall health. Understanding the mind-body connection allows us to take control of our mental and physical health. By cultivating a positive mindset and managing our thoughts and emotions, we can improve our overall well-being and lead a healthier, more balanced life. The power of thoughts and beliefs. Our thoughts and beliefs shape our reality. They influence how we perceive the world, interpret events, and make decisions. The power of thoughts lies in their ability to create our experiences and shape our actions. Negative thoughts and limiting beliefs can hold us back from reaching our full potential. They create self-doubt, fear, and insecurity, which can prevent us from taking risks and pursuing our dreams. On the other hand, positive thoughts and empowering beliefs can propel us forward, boost our confidence, and open doors to new opportunities. By becoming aware of our thoughts and beliefs, we can challenge and reframe negative patterns. Through mindfulness and self-reflection, we can cultivate a more positive and empowering mindset. This shift in thinking allows us to overcome obstacles, embrace new possibilities, and create a life aligned with our values and aspirations. The conscious and subconscious mind. The mind can be divided into two main parts, the conscious and subconscious mind. The conscious mind is the part of our awareness that we actively engage with. It is responsible for logical thinking, decision-making, and problem-solving. The conscious mind is like the tip of the iceberg, representing only a small fraction of our overall mental processes. On the other hand, the subconscious mind operates below the surface of our conscious awareness. It stores our memories, beliefs, and emotions. It is also responsible for automatic behaviors and habits. The subconscious mind is like the vast portion of the iceberg hidden beneath the water, influencing our thoughts, emotions, and actions without us even realizing it. Understanding the interplay between the conscious and subconscious mind is crucial for personal growth and transformation. By bringing awareness to our subconscious patterns and beliefs, we can uncover and release any limiting beliefs or negative programming that may be holding us back. This allows us to align our conscious and subconscious minds, creating a powerful synergy that supports our goals and aspirations. In conclusion, the mind is a powerful tool that shapes our experiences, perceptions, and actions. By understanding the power of the mind-body connection, the role of thoughts and beliefs, and the interplay between the conscious and subconscious mind, we can harness its potential to create a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Cultivating a mindful mentality allows us to take control of our thoughts, emotions, and actions, leading to greater happiness, well-being, and success. The conscious and subconscious mind. The mind is a complex and fascinating aspect of our being. It is responsible for our thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions. In order to understand how to cultivate a mindful mentality, it is important to explore the different aspects of the mind and how they influence our daily lives. This chapter will delve into the conscious and subconscious mind, shedding light on their roles and interactions. The conscious mind. The conscious mind is the part of our mind that is aware of our thoughts, feelings, and experiences in the present moment. It is the part of our mind that we actively engage with and use to make decisions, solve problems, and interact with the world around us. When we are consciously aware, we are able to focus our attention, think critically, and make intentional choices. One of the key characteristics of the conscious mind is its limited capacity. We can only hold a certain amount of information in our conscious awareness at any given time. This is why we often find ourselves forgetting things or feeling overwhelmed when we try to juggle too many tasks or thoughts simultaneously. Our conscious mind acts as a filter, selecting what is most relevant and important in the present moment. The subconscious mind. While the conscious mind is the part of our mind that we are aware of, the subconscious mind operates below the level of our conscious awareness. It is like the hidden depths of an iceberg, containing a vast amount of information, memories, beliefs, and patterns that shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. The subconscious mind is responsible for storing and retrieving memories, habits, and automatic responses. It is where our deeply ingrained beliefs and conditioning reside. These beliefs and patterns can be both empowering and limiting as they shape our perception of ourselves, others, and the world around us. Unlike the conscious mind, the subconscious mind has an unlimited capacity to store information. It is constantly processing and organizing the vast amount of data it receives from our senses and experiences. This is why we often find ourselves reacting to situations without consciously thinking about it. Our subconscious mind has already made associations and connections based on past experiences, influencing our responses in the present moment. The interaction between the conscious and subconscious mind. The conscious and subconscious mind are not separate entities, but rather interconnected aspects of our overall mind. They work together to shape our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. While the conscious mind is the part that we have direct control over, the subconscious mind plays a significant role in influencing our conscious experiences. Our conscious mind can communicate with the subconscious mind through intentional focus, repetition, and visualization. By consciously directing our attention and thoughts, we can begin to reprogram our subconscious beliefs and patterns. This is why practices such as affirmations, visualization, and hypnosis can be effective in creating positive change in our lives. However, it is important to note that the subconscious mind is also influenced by external factors such as societal conditioning, cultural norms, and past traumas. These external influences can shape our subconscious beliefs and patterns without our conscious awareness. Therefore, developing self-awareness and mindfulness is crucial in understanding and transforming the subconscious mind. Harnessing the power of the conscious and subconscious mind. By understanding the roles and interactions of the conscious and subconscious mind, we can begin to harness their power to cultivate a mindful mentality. Here are some strategies to help you work with both aspects of your mind. Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. This will help you become more aware of the patterns and beliefs that may be operating at a subconscious level. Mindful observation. Practice observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This will allow you to become more aware of the automatic responses and patterns that arise from your subconscious mind. Intentional focus. Direct your conscious attention towards positive thoughts, beliefs, and goals. By consistently focusing on what you want to cultivate, you can begin to reprogram your subconscious mind. Visualization and affirmation. Use the power of visualization and positive affirmations to create new neural pathways in your subconscious mind. Visualize yourself embodying the qualities and behaviors you wish to cultivate, and repeat affirmations that reinforce these beliefs. Seek support. If you find it challenging to work with your subconscious mind on your own, consider seeking support from a therapist, coach, or mentor who can guide you through the process of uncovering and transforming limiting beliefs. Remember, the conscious and subconscious mind are powerful tools that can either work for or against us. By developing a deeper understanding of these aspects of our mind and practicing mindfulness, we can begin to cultivate a more empowered and mindful mentality. The role of thoughts and beliefs. Our thoughts and beliefs play a crucial role in shaping our mindset and ultimately, our lives. They are the building blocks of our perception, emotions, and actions. In this section, we will explore the power of thoughts and beliefs, how they influence our mindset, and how we can cultivate a more mindful mentality by understanding and managing them effectively. The power of thoughts. Thoughts are the constant stream of ideas, images, and words that flow through our minds. They are the internal dialogue that shapes our perception of the world and ourselves. Our thoughts can be positive, negative, or neutral, and they have the power to influence our emotions and behaviors. It is important to recognize that thoughts are not facts. They are subjective interpretations of reality based on our beliefs, experiences, and conditioning. However, we often treat our thoughts as absolute truths, which can lead to unnecessary suffering and limitations. Negative thoughts, such as self-doubt, criticism, and fear, can hinder our growth and well-being. On the other hand, positive thoughts, such as self-affirmation, gratitude, and optimism, can empower us and enhance our overall happiness and success. The influence of beliefs. Beliefs are deeply ingrained convictions and assumptions that we hold about ourselves, others, and the world around us. They are formed through our experiences, cultural influences, and upbringing. Our beliefs shape our perception of reality and act as filters through which we interpret events and situations. Beliefs can be empowering or limiting, depending on their nature. Limiting beliefs are those that hold us back from reaching our full potential and experiencing fulfillment. They often stem from past failures, negative experiences, or societal conditioning. Empowering beliefs, on the other hand, are those that support our growth, resilience, and well-being. It is important to examine our beliefs and question their validity. Many of our beliefs are formed unconsciously and may not align with our true values and aspirations. By challenging and replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones, we can create a more positive and supportive mindset. The mind-body connection. Our thoughts and beliefs have a profound impact on our physical and mental well-being. The mind-body connection refers to the intricate relationship between our thoughts, emotions, and physical health. Research has shown that negative thoughts and beliefs can contribute to stress, anxiety, and even physical ailments. When we hold negative thoughts and beliefs, our body responds by releasing stress hormones, such as cortisol, which can have detrimental effects on our immune system, cardiovascular health, and overall vitality. On the other hand, positive thoughts and beliefs can promote relaxation, resilience, and overall well-being. By cultivating a mindful mentality and becoming aware of our thoughts and beliefs, we can actively influence our mind-body connection. Through practices such as meditation, visualization, and positive affirmations, we can rewire our brain and create a more harmonious and balanced state of being. Managing thoughts and beliefs mindfully. To cultivate a more mindful mentality, it is essential to develop awareness of our thoughts and beliefs. Mindfulness allows us to observe our thoughts without judgment or attachment, creating space for conscious choice and transformation. One effective technique for managing thoughts and beliefs mindfully is cognitive restructuring. This involves identifying negative or limiting thoughts, challenging their validity, and replacing them with more empowering and realistic ones. By consciously choosing positive thoughts and beliefs, we can shift our mindset and create a more positive and fulfilling life. Another powerful practice is self-inquiry. By questioning the origin and validity of our beliefs, we can uncover hidden assumptions and biases that may be holding us back. Through self-reflection and introspection, we can gain clarity and develop a more authentic and empowering belief system. It is important to note that changing our thoughts and beliefs is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort, patience, and self-compassion. However, with dedication and practice, we can gradually transform our mindset and create a more mindful and fulfilling life. In the next chapter, we will explore the importance of self-awareness and how it can enhance our ability to manage our thoughts and beliefs effectively. The mind-body connection. The mind and body are intricately connected, with each influencing the other in profound ways. This connection is often referred to as the mind-body connection, and it plays a crucial role in our overall well-being and quality of life. In this section, we will explore the fascinating relationship between the mind and body and how understanding this connection can empower us to lead healthier and more fulfilling lives. The power of thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts and emotions have a direct impact on our physical well-being. When we experience stress, anxiety, or negative emotions, our bodies respond by releasing stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. These hormones can have detrimental effects on our health, leading to increased blood pressure, weakened immune system, and even chronic illnesses. On the other hand, positive thoughts and emotions can have a profound healing effect on our bodies. Studies have shown that cultivating a positive mindset and practicing gratitude can boost our immune system, reduce inflammation, and improve cardiovascular health. By harnessing the power of our thoughts and emotions, we can positively influence our physical health and well-being. The mind's influence on the body. The mind has the ability to influence the body in various ways. One of the most well-known examples of this is the placebo effect. When individuals believe they are receiving a treatment, even if it is a sugar pill or a fake procedure, their bodies often respond as if they were receiving a real treatment. This demonstrates the power of the mind in influencing our physical experiences. Furthermore, research has shown that our thoughts and beliefs can impact our body's ability to heal. Studies have found that individuals who have a positive outlook and believe in their body's ability to heal tend to recover faster from illnesses and surgeries. This suggests that our mindset and beliefs can play a significant role in our body's healing processes. Stress and the mind-body connection. Stress is a common experience in our modern lives, and it can have a profound impact on our physical and mental well-being. When we are stressed, our bodies enter a state of heightened alertness, releasing stress hormones that prepare us for a fight-or-flight response. While this response can be beneficial in short bursts, chronic stress can have detrimental effects on our health. Chronic stress has been linked to a wide range of health problems, including cardiovascular disease, digestive disorders, and mental health issues such as anxiety and depression. The mind-body connection plays a crucial role in this relationship, as our thoughts and emotions can trigger the stress response and perpetuate the cycle of stress and its negative effects on our bodies. Cultivating a healthy mind-body connection. Developing a healthy mind-body connection is essential for our overall well-being. Here are some practices that can help cultivate a positive and harmonious relationship between the mind and body. Mindfulness meditation. Mindfulness meditation is a powerful practice that can help us develop awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. By practicing mindfulness, we can observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment, allowing us to cultivate a sense of inner calm and reduce stress. Regular mindfulness meditation has been shown to have numerous benefits for both the mind and body, including improved focus, reduced anxiety, and enhanced immune function. Physical exercise. Engaging in regular physical exercise is not only beneficial for our physical health but also for our mental well-being. Exercise releases endorphins, which are natural mood-boosting chemicals in the brain. It can also help reduce stress, improve sleep, and increase overall energy levels. Finding an exercise routine that you enjoy and incorporating it into your daily life can significantly contribute to a healthy mind-body connection. Healthy lifestyle choices. Making conscious choices to prioritize your health can have a profound impact on your mind-body connection. This includes adopting a balanced and nutritious diet, getting enough sleep, and avoiding harmful substances such as excessive alcohol or tobacco. Taking care of your physical health can support your mental well-being and create a strong foundation for a healthy mind-body connection. Emotional regulation. Learning to regulate our emotions is an essential aspect of cultivating a healthy mind-body connection. This involves developing skills to identify and manage our emotions effectively. Practices such as deep breathing exercises, journaling, and seeking support from loved ones or professionals can help us navigate challenging emotions and promote emotional well-being. Conclusion. The mind-body connection is a fascinating and powerful phenomenon that highlights the intricate relationship between our thoughts, emotions, and physical well-being. By understanding and nurturing this connection, we can empower ourselves to lead healthier, more balanced lives. Through practices such as mindfulness meditation, physical exercise, healthy lifestyle choices, and emotional regulation, we can cultivate a positive and harmonious mind-body connection that supports our overall well-being. Chapter 2: Developing Self-Awareness. The importance of self-awareness. Self-awareness is a fundamental aspect of personal growth and development. It is the ability to recognize and understand our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By cultivating self-awareness, we gain a deeper understanding of ourselves, our motivations, and our reactions to different situations. This awareness allows us to make conscious choices and take intentional actions, leading to a more fulfilling and meaningful life. Understanding the self. Self-awareness begins with understanding who we are at our core. It involves exploring our values, beliefs, strengths, and weaknesses. By taking the time to reflect on our experiences and examine our thoughts and emotions, we can gain valuable insights into our true selves. This understanding helps us align our actions with our values and make choices that are in line with our authentic selves. Recognizing patterns and triggers. Self-awareness also involves recognizing patterns and triggers in our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. By paying attention to recurring patterns, we can identify areas where we may be getting stuck or engaging in unhelpful habits. For example, we may notice that we tend to react with anger in certain situations or that we often procrastinate when faced with a challenging task. By becoming aware of these patterns, we can take steps to break free from them and make more conscious choices. Triggers are external or internal stimuli that elicit certain emotional or behavioral responses. They can be people, situations, or even our own thoughts. By being aware of our triggers, we can better understand why we react in certain ways and develop strategies to respond more effectively. For example, if we know that criticism from others triggers feelings of defensiveness, we can work on cultivating a more open and receptive mindset when receiving feedback. Enhancing emotional intelligence. Self-awareness is closely linked to emotional intelligence, which is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions and the emotions of others. By developing self-awareness, we become more attuned to our own emotional states and can better regulate them. This allows us to respond to challenging situations with greater emotional resilience and empathy. When we are self-aware, we can accurately identify and label our emotions, which is the first step in effectively managing them. For example, if we notice that we are feeling overwhelmed, we can take proactive steps to reduce stress and restore balance. By understanding our emotional triggers, we can also develop strategies to cope with them in healthier ways, such as practicing deep breathing or engaging in activities that bring us joy and relaxation. Improving relationships. Self-awareness plays a crucial role in building and maintaining healthy relationships. When we are aware of our own thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we can communicate more effectively and empathetically with others. By understanding our own needs and boundaries, we can express them clearly and assertively, fostering open and honest communication. Additionally, self-awareness allows us to recognize and manage our own biases and prejudices, which can impact our interactions with others. By challenging our own assumptions and beliefs, we can cultivate a more inclusive and accepting mindset, promoting understanding and harmony in our relationships. Making conscious choices. One of the key benefits of self-awareness is the ability to make conscious choices. When we are aware of our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, we can pause and reflect before reacting impulsively. This allows us to respond to situations in a way that aligns with our values and long-term goals, rather than being driven by automatic or unconscious patterns. By cultivating self-awareness, we become active participants in our own lives, rather than passive observers. We take responsibility for our actions and choices, leading to a greater sense of empowerment and fulfillment. Self-awareness also enables us to learn from our experiences and make adjustments as needed, fostering personal growth and continuous improvement. In conclusion, self-awareness is a vital aspect of personal development. By understanding ourselves on a deeper level, recognizing patterns and triggers, enhancing emotional intelligence, improving relationships, and making conscious choices, we can lead more authentic, fulfilling, and mindful lives. Developing self-awareness is an ongoing journey that requires practice and reflection, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Recognizing thoughts and emotions. In order to develop self-awareness and cultivate a mindful mentality, it is essential to recognize and understand our thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts and emotions play a significant role in shaping our experiences and influencing our actions. By becoming aware of them, we can gain insight into our inner world and make conscious choices that align with our values and goals. The nature of thoughts. Thoughts are the mental processes that occur in our minds. They can be conscious or unconscious, and they arise in response to various stimuli, both internal and external. Thoughts can be fleeting and ever-changing, often jumping from one idea to another. They can be influenced by our beliefs, past experiences, and the environment we are in. It is important to recognize that thoughts are not facts. They are subjective interpretations of reality and can be distorted or biased. Sometimes, our thoughts can be negative or self-critical, leading to feelings of anxiety, stress, or sadness. By becoming aware of our thoughts, we can challenge and reframe them, allowing for a more positive and constructive mindset. The power of emotions. Emotions are an integral part of our human experience. They are complex physiological and psychological responses to our thoughts, experiences, and interactions with the world around us. Emotions can range from joy and excitement to anger and sadness, and they can have a profound impact on our well-being and behavior. Recognizing and understanding our emotions is crucial for developing emotional intelligence and self-awareness. Emotions provide valuable information about our needs, desires, and values. They can guide us towards making choices that align with our authentic selves. By acknowledging and accepting our emotions, we can learn to regulate them effectively and respond to situations in a more mindful and balanced way. The mind-body connection. Our thoughts and emotions are not solely confined to our minds. They have a direct impact on our physical well-being as well. The mind-body connection refers to the intricate relationship between our mental and physical states. When we experience stress, anxiety, or other negative emotions, our bodies can respond with physical symptoms such as increased heart rate, muscle tension, or digestive issues. By recognizing the mind-body connection, we can become more attuned to the signals our bodies send us. This awareness allows us to take proactive steps to manage our stress levels and promote overall well-being. Through mindfulness practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or yoga, we can cultivate a sense of calm and relaxation, positively influencing both our mental and physical health. Cultivating thought and emotion awareness. Developing the ability to recognize our thoughts and emotions requires practice and patience. Here are some strategies to help you cultivate thought and emotion awareness. 1. Mindful observation. Take moments throughout your day to pause and observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. Simply notice what is arising in your mind and how it makes you feel. This practice of mindful observation allows you to become more aware of the patterns and tendencies of your thoughts and emotions. 2. Journaling. Keeping a journal can be a powerful tool for recognizing and understanding your thoughts and emotions. Set aside time each day to write down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences. This practice can help you gain clarity and insight into your inner world. 3. Meditation. Meditation is a practice that cultivates present-moment awareness and helps to calm the mind. By dedicating a few minutes each day to meditation, you can develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them. This practice enhances your overall self-awareness and promotes a sense of inner peace. 4. Self-reflection. Take time to reflect on your thoughts and emotions regularly. Ask yourself questions such as, what thoughts are dominating my mind? How do these thoughts make me feel? Are there any recurring patterns or themes? This self-reflection allows you to gain deeper insights into your thought patterns and emotional responses. 5. Seek support. If you find it challenging to recognize and understand your thoughts and emotions on your own, consider seeking support from a therapist, counselor, or mindfulness teacher. They can provide guidance and tools to help you navigate your inner world more effectively. By recognizing and understanding our thoughts and emotions, we can develop a greater sense of self-awareness and make conscious choices that align with our values and goals. This awareness allows us to cultivate a mindful mentality and live a more fulfilling and authentic life. Practicing mindful observation. In our fast-paced and constantly evolving world, it is easy to get caught up in the chaos and lose sight of the present moment. Our minds are often filled with a constant stream of thoughts, worries, and distractions, making it challenging to truly experience and appreciate the world around us. However, by practicing mindful observation, we can cultivate a greater sense of awareness and presence in our lives. The power of mindful observation. Mindful observation is the practice of intentionally paying attention to our present moment experience without judgment or attachment. It involves observing our thoughts, emotions, sensations, and the environment around us with a curious and non-reactive mindset. By engaging in this practice, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world, enhance our focus and concentration, and cultivate a greater sense of peace and well-being. Cultivating mindful observation. Practicing mindful observation requires patience, intention, and a willingness to let go of our preconceived notions and judgments. Here are some strategies to help you cultivate this powerful habit of mind. 1. Set aside dedicated time for observation. Find a quiet and comfortable space where you can sit or lie down without distractions. Set aside a specific time each day to practice mindful observation. It can be as short as a few minutes or as long as you desire. The key is to make it a regular part of your routine. 2. Start with your breath. Begin your practice by focusing on your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Observe the rise and fall of your chest or the feeling of air passing through your nostrils. Whenever your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to the breath. 3. Expand your awareness. Once you have established a connection with your breath, expand your awareness to include other sensations in your body. Notice any areas of tension or discomfort and observe them without judgment. Pay attention to the physical sensations of warmth, coolness, tingling, or any other sensations that arise. 4. Observe your thoughts and emotions. As you continue to practice mindful observation, you will become more aware of the thoughts and emotions that arise in your mind. Instead of getting caught up in them or trying to push them away, simply observe them as they come and go. Notice the patterns and tendencies of your mind without judgment. 5. Engage your senses. Bring your attention to the environment around you and engage your senses fully. Notice the colors, shapes, and textures of the objects in your surroundings. Listen to the sounds around you, whether they are distant or nearby. Pay attention to any smells or tastes that may be present. By fully immersing yourself in the present moment, you can deepen your experience of mindful observation. 6. Practice non-judgmental awareness. One of the key aspects of mindful observation is cultivating a non-judgmental attitude towards your experience. Instead of labeling things as good or bad, right or wrong, simply observe them as they are. Allow yourself to be curious and open-minded, embracing the richness and diversity of each moment. 7. Extend mindful observation to daily activities. As you become more comfortable with the practice of mindful observation, try to extend it to your daily activities. Whether you are eating, walking, or engaging in any other routine task, bring your full attention to the present moment. Notice the sensations, thoughts, and emotions that arise as you go about your day. The benefits of mindful observation. Practicing mindful observation can have numerous benefits for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Here are some of the ways in which this practice can positively impact our lives. 1. Increase self-awareness. By observing our thoughts, emotions, and sensations without judgment, we develop a deeper understanding of ourselves. We become more attuned to our patterns of thinking and reacting, allowing us to make conscious choices and respond to situations in a more skillful manner. 2. Enhance focus and concentration. Mindful observation strengthens our ability to stay present and focused. As we train our minds to observe without getting caught up in distractions, we become better equipped to concentrate on the task at hand and avoid being overwhelmed by external stimuli. 3. Reduce stress and anxiety. Engaging in mindful observation helps us to detach from our worries and anxieties. By observing our thoughts and emotions from a place of non-judgmental awareness, we can create distance and perspective, reducing the impact of stress on our well-being. 4. Improved relationships. When we practice mindful observation, we become more present and attentive in our interactions with others. We listen more deeply, respond more empathetically, and cultivate a greater sense of connection and understanding in our relationships. 5. Heightened appreciation for life. By observing the world around us with a curious and open mind, we develop a greater appreciation for the beauty and wonder of life. We become more attuned to the small moments of joy and gratitude, enhancing our overall sense of well-being and contentment. Conclusion. Practicing mindful observation is a powerful tool for cultivating self-awareness, enhancing focus, reducing stress, and deepening our connection with ourselves and the world around us. By making this practice a regular part of our lives, we can develop a more mindful mentality and experience the richness and beauty of each present moment. Cultivating non-judgmental awareness. In our journey towards developing self-awareness and cultivating a mindful mentality, it is essential to explore the concept of non-judgmental awareness. Non-judgmental awareness is the practice of observing our thoughts, emotions, and experiences without attaching any judgments or evaluations to them. It involves cultivating a mindset of acceptance and curiosity, allowing us to observe ourselves and the world around us with an open and compassionate attitude. The nature of judgment. Before we delve into the practice of non-judgmental awareness, it is important to understand the nature of judgment. Judgment is a natural human tendency that arises from our conditioning, beliefs, and past experiences. It involves evaluating and categorizing our experiences as good or bad, right or wrong, desirable or undesirable. While judgment can be helpful in certain situations, it often leads to unnecessary suffering and limits our ability to fully experience and understand the present moment. The benefits of non-judgmental awareness. Cultivating non-judgmental awareness brings numerous benefits to our lives. By letting go of judgment, we create space for greater self-acceptance and compassion towards ourselves and others. Non-judgmental awareness allows us to observe our thoughts and emotions without getting caught up in them, enabling us to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom rather than reacting impulsively. It also enhances our ability to empathize with others, fostering deeper connections and healthier relationships. Practicing non-judgmental awareness. Developing non-judgmental awareness requires practice and patience. Here are some strategies to cultivate this mindset. Mindful observation. One of the foundations of non-judgmental awareness is mindful observation. Begin by simply observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations without labeling them as good or bad. Notice the arising and passing away of these experiences, allowing them to come and go without clinging or resisting. As you practice mindful observation, you will develop a greater sense of detachment from your thoughts and emotions, enabling you to respond to them with equanimity. Self-compassion. Self-compassion is an essential aspect of non-judgmental awareness. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding when you notice judgmental thoughts arising. Instead of criticizing or berating yourself, offer yourself words of encouragement and support. Remember that everyone makes mistakes and experiences challenges. Embrace your imperfections and acknowledge that they are a part of being human. Letting go of labels. Labels and categorizations often lead to judgment. Practice letting go of labels and preconceived notions about yourself and others. Instead, approach each moment with a sense of curiosity and openness. Allow yourself to see things as they are, without imposing your expectations or judgments onto them. By letting go of labels, you create space for a deeper understanding and connection with yourself and the world around you. Cultivating gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful antidote to judgment. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. This practice shifts your focus from what is lacking or imperfect to what is present and positive in your life. By cultivating gratitude, you develop a mindset of appreciation and contentment, reducing the tendency to judge yourself or others. Embracing impermanence. Recognize that everything in life is impermanent, including your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. When you understand the transient nature of things, it becomes easier to let go of judgment. Instead of holding on to fixed beliefs or expectations, embrace the ever-changing nature of life. This mindset allows you to approach each moment with freshness and openness, free from the constraints of judgment. Overcoming challenges. Cultivating non-judgmental awareness is not always easy. It requires consistent effort and a willingness to confront the challenges that arise. Here are some common obstacles and strategies to overcome them. Self-awareness. Developing self-awareness is crucial in recognizing when judgment arises. Pay attention to your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations throughout the day. Notice any patterns or triggers that lead to judgment. By becoming aware of these patterns, you can interrupt them and choose a more non-judgmental response. Mindfulness meditation. Regular mindfulness meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating non-judgmental awareness. Through meditation, you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. This practice strengthens your capacity to respond to situations with clarity and compassion rather than reacting with judgment. Self-reflection. Take time for self-reflection to explore the underlying beliefs and conditioning that contribute to judgment. Ask yourself why you judge certain situations or people. Are these judgments based on reality or influenced by past experiences? By examining the roots of your judgments, you can begin to challenge and transform them. Supportive community. Surround yourself with a supportive community of like-minded individuals who are also on the path of cultivating non-judgmental awareness. Share your experiences and challenges with others, and learn from their insights and perspectives. Having a supportive community can provide encouragement and accountability in your journey. Embracing non-judgmental awareness in daily life. As you develop non-judgmental awareness, strive to integrate it into your daily life. Practice observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment in various situations, such as during conversations, while engaging in activities, or when faced with challenges. Embrace the opportunity to approach each moment with curiosity and acceptance, allowing yourself to fully experience the richness of life. By cultivating non-judgmental awareness, you open the door to a more compassionate and fulfilling way of living. Embrace this practice as a lifelong journey, and remember to be patient and gentle with yourself along the way. With consistent effort and dedication, you will gradually transform your mindset and experience the profound benefits of non-judgmental awareness in all aspects of your life. Chapter 3: Cultivating a Positive Mindset. The power of positive thinking. Positive thinking is a powerful tool that can greatly impact our mindset and overall well-being. It involves focusing on the positive aspects of life, cultivating optimism, and reframing negative thoughts into more positive and constructive ones. The power of positive thinking lies in its ability to shape our perception, attitude, and actions, ultimately leading to a more fulfilling and successful life. The benefits of positive thinking. Positive thinking has numerous benefits that extend beyond just feeling good. Research has shown that individuals who adopt a positive mindset experience improved physical and mental health, enhanced resilience, increased motivation, and better relationships. Here are some of the key benefits of positive thinking. 1. Improved mental health. Positive thinking can have a profound impact on our mental well-being. By focusing on positive thoughts and emotions, we can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression. It helps us develop a more optimistic outlook on life, enabling us to cope better with challenges and setbacks. 2. Enhanced physical health. Our mental and physical health are closely interconnected. Positive thinking has been linked to improved physical health outcomes, including a stronger immune system, lower blood pressure, and reduced risk of cardiovascular diseases. By maintaining a positive mindset, we can boost our overall well-being and longevity. 3. Increased resilience. Positive thinking fosters resilience, which is the ability to bounce back from adversity. When faced with challenges, individuals with a positive mindset are more likely to view them as temporary setbacks and opportunities for growth. They are better equipped to find solutions, persevere, and learn from their experiences. 4. Heightened motivation and productivity. Positive thinking fuels motivation and productivity. When we believe in our abilities and maintain a positive outlook, we are more likely to set ambitious goals, take proactive steps towards achieving them, and stay focused and committed. Positive thinking also enhances creativity and problem-solving skills, leading to increased productivity and success. 5. Improved relationships. Positive thinking can have a transformative effect on our relationships. When we approach interactions with a positive mindset, we are more open, empathetic, and compassionate towards others. This fosters deeper connections, enhances communication, and promotes harmonious relationships. Cultivating positive thinking. While some individuals naturally have a more positive disposition, positive thinking is a skill that can be cultivated and strengthened over time. Here are some strategies to help you cultivate a positive mindset. 1. Practice self-awareness. Developing self-awareness is the first step towards cultivating positive thinking. Pay attention to your thoughts and emotions, and become aware of any negative patterns or self-limiting beliefs. By recognizing these negative patterns, you can consciously choose to reframe them into more positive and empowering thoughts. 2. Challenge negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can be pervasive and detrimental to our well-being. Challenge negative thoughts by questioning their validity and replacing them with positive and realistic alternatives. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," reframe it as, "I may face challenges, but I have the skills and determination to overcome them." 3. Practice gratitude and appreciation. Cultivating gratitude and appreciation is a powerful way to shift your focus towards the positive aspects of life. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether big or small. This practice can help you develop a more positive outlook and increase your overall sense of well-being. 4. Surround yourself with positivity. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can greatly impact your mindset. Seek out positive and supportive relationships, engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment, and consume uplifting and inspiring content. By immersing yourself in positivity, you can reinforce and strengthen your own positive thinking. 5. Practice positive self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves has a significant impact on our mindset. Practice positive self-talk by using affirmations and positive statements to counteract self-doubt and negative self-perception. Replace self-criticism with self-compassion and encouragement, reminding yourself of your strengths and capabilities. 6. Embrace failure as a learning opportunity. Failure is a natural part of life, and adopting a positive mindset can help us navigate through it. Instead of viewing failure as a reflection of our worth or abilities, see it as an opportunity for growth and learning. Embrace failure with a positive attitude, extract lessons from it, and use it as a stepping stone towards future success. Conclusion. The power of positive thinking cannot be underestimated. By cultivating a positive mindset, we can transform our lives, improve our mental and physical well-being, and enhance our relationships and overall success. It is a skill that requires practice and conscious effort, but the rewards are well worth it. Embrace the power of positive thinking and unlock your full potential for a happier and more fulfilling life. Challenging negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can have a significant impact on our overall well-being and mindset. They can cloud our judgment, lower our self-esteem, and hinder our ability to experience happiness and fulfillment. In order to cultivate a positive mindset, it is essential to challenge and reframe negative thoughts. By doing so, we can shift our perspective, improve our mental health, and create a more positive and empowering narrative for ourselves. Understanding negative thoughts. Negative thoughts are the product of our mind's tendency to focus on the negative aspects of a situation or ourselves. They often arise from past experiences, self-doubt, fear, or external influences. These thoughts can manifest as self-criticism, self-doubt, pessimism, or a general sense of negativity. It is important to recognize that negative thoughts are not facts, but rather interpretations or perceptions of reality. The impact of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts can have a profound impact on our mental and emotional well-being. They can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and depression. When we consistently engage with negative thoughts, they can become ingrained in our belief system, shaping our perception of ourselves and the world around us. This can create a cycle of negativity, where we interpret events and situations in a negative light, reinforcing our negative thoughts and beliefs. Challenging negative thoughts. Challenging negative thoughts is a crucial step in cultivating a positive mindset. It involves questioning the validity and accuracy of our negative thoughts and reframing them in a more positive and realistic way. Here are some strategies to help you challenge negative thoughts. Identify and label negative thoughts. The first step in challenging negative thoughts is to become aware of them. Pay attention to your inner dialogue and identify the negative thoughts that arise. Once you recognize them, label them as negative thoughts rather than accepting them as truths. Question the evidence. When you encounter a negative thought, ask yourself if there is any evidence to support it. Often, negative thoughts are based on assumptions or past experiences that may not be relevant to the present situation. Challenge the validity of the thought by seeking evidence to support or refute it. Consider alternative perspectives. Negative thoughts are often one-sided and fail to consider alternative perspectives. Challenge your negative thoughts by considering other possible explanations or interpretations of the situation. This can help you gain a more balanced and realistic view. Challenge cognitive distortions. Negative thoughts are often accompanied by cognitive distortions, which are irrational and exaggerated ways of thinking. Common cognitive distortions include all-or-nothing thinking, overgeneralization, and personalization. Challenge these distortions by examining the evidence and considering alternative explanations. Reframe negative thoughts. Once you have challenged the validity of your negative thoughts, reframe them in a more positive and realistic way. Replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations and focus on your strengths and accomplishments. This can help shift your mindset and cultivate a more positive outlook. Practice self-compassion. Negative thoughts often stem from self-criticism and a lack of self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding, just as you would a close friend. Acknowledge that everyone makes mistakes and that you are deserving of love and acceptance. Cultivating a positive mindset. Challenging negative thoughts is an ongoing practice that requires patience and self-awareness. By consistently challenging and reframing negative thoughts, you can cultivate a positive mindset and improve your overall well-being. Remember that positivity is a choice, and by actively choosing to focus on the positive aspects of life, you can create a more fulfilling and joyful existence. In the next section, we will explore the practice of gratitude and appreciation and how it can further enhance our positive mindset. Practicing gratitude and appreciation. Gratitude and appreciation are powerful habits of mind that can greatly enhance our overall well-being and mindset. When we practice gratitude, we cultivate a positive outlook on life and develop a deeper sense of appreciation for the present moment and the people and things around us. In this section, we will explore the importance of practicing gratitude and appreciation and discuss various techniques to incorporate these habits into our daily lives. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is the practice of acknowledging and appreciating the good things in our lives. It is a mindset that shifts our focus from what is lacking to what we already have. When we cultivate gratitude, we train our minds to notice and savor the positive aspects of our experiences, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. Research has shown that practicing gratitude regularly can have numerous benefits for our mental and emotional well-being. One of the key benefits of gratitude is its ability to increase happiness and life satisfaction. When we consciously focus on the positive aspects of our lives, we naturally feel more content and fulfilled. Gratitude also helps to reduce stress and anxiety by shifting our attention away from negative thoughts and worries. It promotes a sense of calm and relaxation, allowing us to better cope with life's challenges. Furthermore, gratitude strengthens our relationships and social connections. When we express gratitude towards others, we not only make them feel valued and appreciated, but we also deepen our own sense of connection and belonging. Gratitude fosters empathy and compassion, enhancing our ability to understand and support others. Techniques for practicing gratitude. There are various techniques that can help us cultivate gratitude and appreciation in our daily lives. Here are a few effective practices to consider. 1. Gratitude journaling. Keeping a gratitude journal is a simple yet powerful practice. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for. They can be big or small, specific or general. The act of writing them down helps to solidify the positive experiences in your mind and allows you to reflect on them later. Make this a regular habit, and you will start to notice a shift in your mindset towards gratitude. 2. Gratitude letters. Writing gratitude letters is another meaningful way to express appreciation. Choose someone in your life who has had a positive impact on you, and write them a heartfelt letter expressing your gratitude. Be specific about what they have done and how it has influenced you. You can choose to send the letter or simply keep it for yourself as a reminder of the positive relationships in your life. 3. Gratitude walks. Take a mindful walk in nature and focus your attention on the beauty and abundance around you. Notice the colors, sounds, and smells of your surroundings. As you walk, reflect on the things you are grateful for, whether it's the warmth of the sun, the sound of birds chirping, or the feeling of the earth beneath your feet. This practice helps to ground you in the present moment and cultivate a sense of awe and appreciation for the natural world. 4. Gratitude rituals. Create simple rituals that remind you to practice gratitude throughout the day. For example, you can set aside a few minutes each morning to silently express gratitude for the day ahead. You can also place a gratitude stone or object in a visible location as a reminder to pause and reflect on what you are grateful for. These rituals serve as gentle reminders to shift your focus towards gratitude and appreciation. 5. Gratitude meditation. Meditation is a powerful tool for cultivating gratitude. Find a quiet and comfortable space, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then, bring to mind someone or something you are grateful for. Visualize them in your mind and feel the gratitude and appreciation flowing through your body. Allow yourself to fully immerse in this feeling of gratitude and let it expand to other areas of your life. The ripple effect of gratitude. Practicing gratitude and appreciation not only benefits us individually but also has a positive ripple effect on those around us. When we express gratitude towards others, it uplifts their spirits and strengthens our relationships. It creates a positive and supportive environment where everyone feels valued and appreciated. Moreover, gratitude has the power to transform our perception of the world. When we consistently focus on the positive aspects of our lives, we become more resilient and better equipped to handle challenges. We develop a mindset of abundance and possibility, which opens up new opportunities and enhances our overall well-being. In conclusion, cultivating gratitude and appreciation is a habit of mind that can bring immense joy and fulfillment to our lives. By practicing gratitude regularly through journaling, letters, walks, rituals, and meditation, we can shift our mindset towards positivity and create a ripple effect of gratitude in our relationships and the world around us. Embrace the power of gratitude and watch as it transforms your life for the better. Building self-confidence and self-esteem. Self-confidence and self-esteem are essential aspects of our mental well-being. They play a significant role in how we perceive ourselves, interact with others, and navigate through life's challenges. Building and nurturing these qualities can have a profound impact on our overall happiness and success. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to help you develop and enhance your self-confidence and self-esteem. Recognizing your worth. One of the first steps in building self-confidence and self-esteem is recognizing your worth as an individual. Understand that you are unique and have inherent value. Embrace your strengths, talents, and accomplishments. Take time to reflect on your achievements, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrate your successes and acknowledge the positive qualities that make you who you are. Embracing self-compassion. Self-compassion is a vital component of building self-confidence and self-esteem. Treat yourself with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness. Be gentle with yourself when facing setbacks or making mistakes. Remember that everyone experiences failures and setbacks at some point in their lives. Instead of dwelling on self-criticism, practice self-compassion by offering yourself support and encouragement. Setting realistic goals. Setting realistic goals is crucial for building self-confidence and self-esteem. Start by identifying what you want to achieve and break it down into smaller, manageable steps. Setting achievable goals allows you to experience a sense of accomplishment, which boosts your confidence. As you achieve these smaller goals, you will gain the confidence to tackle more significant challenges. Challenging negative self-talk. Negative self-talk can be detrimental to your self-confidence and self-esteem. It is essential to challenge and reframe negative thoughts and beliefs about yourself. Whenever you catch yourself engaging in self-critical or self-deprecating thoughts, pause and question their validity. Replace negative self-talk with positive and affirming statements. Remind yourself of your strengths, accomplishments, and the progress you have made. Surrounding yourself with positive influences. The people we surround ourselves with can significantly impact our self-confidence and self-esteem. Surround yourself with individuals who uplift and support you. Seek out positive influences who believe in your abilities and encourage your personal growth. Distance yourself from toxic relationships or individuals who bring you down. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can help foster a healthy sense of self-worth. Practicing self-care. Self-care is an essential aspect of building self-confidence and self-esteem. Take care of your physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Prioritize self-care practices such as exercise, healthy eating, getting enough sleep, and engaging in hobbies or activities that nourish your soul. When you prioritize self-care, you send a message to yourself that you are worthy of love and attention. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Stepping out of your comfort zone is a powerful way to build self-confidence and self-esteem. Challenge yourself to try new things, take risks, and embrace opportunities for growth. Pushing past your perceived limitations and accomplishing things you once thought were impossible can significantly boost your confidence. Embrace the discomfort that comes with stepping out of your comfort zone, knowing that it is a catalyst for personal growth. Celebrating your progress. Celebrate your progress along the journey of building self-confidence and self-esteem. Recognize and acknowledge the steps you have taken to improve yourself. Celebrate both small and significant milestones, as each one contributes to your overall growth. By celebrating your progress, you reinforce positive self-beliefs and cultivate a sense of pride in your accomplishments. Seeking support. Building self-confidence and self-esteem is not always an easy task. It is essential to seek support when needed. Reach out to trusted friends, family members, or professionals who can provide guidance and encouragement. Sometimes, talking through your feelings and experiences with someone can offer valuable insights and perspectives. Remember that seeking support is a sign of strength, not weakness. Practicing self-reflection. Regular self-reflection is a powerful tool for building self-confidence and self-esteem. Take time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and experiences. Identify patterns of self-doubt or negative self-talk and work on reframing them. Celebrate your successes and learn from your failures. Self-reflection allows you to gain a deeper understanding of yourself and make positive changes to enhance your self-confidence and self-esteem. Building self-confidence and self-esteem is a lifelong journey. It requires patience, self-compassion, and consistent effort. By implementing these strategies and techniques into your daily life, you can cultivate a positive and resilient mindset that empowers you to embrace your true potential. Remember, you are worthy, capable, and deserving of self-confidence and self-esteem. Embracing optimism and resilience. In our journey towards cultivating a positive mindset, it is essential to embrace optimism and resilience. These two qualities play a significant role in our ability to navigate through life's challenges and setbacks with grace and determination. Optimism allows us to see the potential for growth and success in every situation, while resilience empowers us to bounce back from adversity and continue moving forward. The power of optimism. Optimism is a mindset that focuses on the positive aspects of life and believes in the possibility of favorable outcomes. It is not about denying or ignoring the existence of difficulties, but rather about approaching them with a hopeful and constructive attitude. Optimistic individuals tend to view setbacks as temporary and solvable, and they actively seek solutions and opportunities for growth. Research has shown that optimism has numerous benefits for our mental and physical well-being. Optimistic people tend to experience lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. They also have stronger immune systems, better cardiovascular health, and faster recovery rates from illness or surgery. Optimism has even been linked to increased longevity and a higher quality of life. To embrace optimism, we can start by cultivating a positive mindset. This involves consciously shifting our focus from negative thoughts and self-doubt to positive affirmations and possibilities. We can challenge negative beliefs and replace them with more empowering and optimistic ones. By practicing gratitude and appreciation, we train our minds to notice and appreciate the good things in our lives, no matter how small they may seem. Building resilience. Resilience is the ability to adapt and bounce back from adversity, setbacks, and challenges. It is not about being immune to stress or avoiding difficult situations, but rather about developing the inner strength and flexibility to navigate through them effectively. Resilient individuals are better equipped to cope with stress, maintain a positive outlook, and persevere in the face of obstacles. Building resilience requires developing certain skills and adopting specific attitudes. One of the key components of resilience is self-belief. Believing in our own abilities and strengths gives us the confidence to face challenges head-on and overcome them. We can cultivate self-belief by acknowledging our past successes and reminding ourselves of the skills and qualities that have helped us overcome difficulties in the past. Another important aspect of resilience is the ability to adapt and learn from setbacks. Instead of dwelling on failures or setbacks, resilient individuals use them as opportunities for growth and learning. They analyze what went wrong, identify lessons learned, and adjust their approach accordingly. This adaptive mindset allows them to bounce back stronger and more prepared for future challenges. Resilience is also closely linked to having a strong support system. Surrounding ourselves with positive and supportive people who believe in us can provide the encouragement and motivation we need during tough times. Additionally, seeking help and guidance from others when needed is a sign of strength, not weakness. It allows us to gain different perspectives, learn from the experiences of others, and receive the support necessary to overcome obstacles. Cultivating optimism and resilience. Cultivating optimism and resilience is an ongoing practice that requires conscious effort and commitment. Here are some strategies to help you embrace these qualities. Positive self-talk. Pay attention to your inner dialogue and replace negative self-talk with positive affirmations and encouraging statements. Remind yourself of your strengths, past successes, and the potential for growth and improvement. Gratitude and appreciation. Take time each day to reflect on the things you are grateful for. This practice shifts your focus to the positive aspects of your life and helps you develop a more optimistic outlook. Challenge negative beliefs. Whenever you catch yourself thinking negatively or doubting your abilities, challenge those thoughts. Ask yourself if there is evidence to support those beliefs and if there are alternative, more positive perspectives. Learn from setbacks. Instead of dwelling on failures or setbacks, view them as opportunities for growth and learning. Analyze what went wrong, identify lessons learned, and use that knowledge to improve and adapt your approach. Seek support. Surround yourself with positive and supportive people who believe in you and your abilities. Seek guidance and support from others when needed, as their perspectives and experiences can provide valuable insights and encouragement. Practice self-care. Take care of your physical, mental, and emotional well-being. Engage in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. Prioritize self-care practices such as exercise, healthy eating, and sufficient sleep. Remember, embracing optimism and resilience is a journey, and it takes time and practice to develop these qualities. By consciously cultivating a positive mindset, challenging negative beliefs, and building resilience, you can navigate through life's challenges with grace and determination. Chapter 4: Managing Stress and Anxiety. Understanding stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety are common experiences that many people face in their daily lives. In order to effectively manage and overcome these challenges, it is important to have a clear understanding of what stress and anxiety are, how they affect us, and what strategies we can employ to alleviate their impact. What is stress? Stress is a natural response that our bodies and minds have to perceived threats or demands. It is a physiological and psychological reaction that prepares us to either fight or flee from a potential danger. While stress can be beneficial in certain situations, such as helping us perform better under pressure, chronic or excessive stress can have detrimental effects on our overall well-being. The impact of stress. When we experience stress, our bodies release stress hormones such as cortisol and adrenaline, which trigger a series of physiological changes. These changes include increased heart rate, elevated blood pressure, and heightened alertness. In the short term, these responses can be helpful in dealing with immediate challenges. However, prolonged exposure to stress can lead to a range of physical and mental health issues. Chronic stress has been linked to conditions such as cardiovascular disease, weakened immune system, digestive problems, and sleep disorders. It can also contribute to the development or exacerbation of mental health disorders, including anxiety and depression. Additionally, stress can negatively impact our cognitive abilities, impairing our memory, concentration, and decision-making skills. Understanding anxiety. Anxiety is a natural response to stress and is characterized by feelings of fear, worry, and unease. While stress is typically a response to a specific threat or demand, anxiety often arises from a more generalized sense of apprehension about future events or uncertain situations. Anxiety can manifest in various ways, including physical symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and muscle tension, as well as psychological symptoms such as excessive worrying, restlessness, and difficulty concentrating. The relationship between stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety are closely interconnected, and one can often lead to the other. Chronic stress can contribute to the development of anxiety disorders, while anxiety can exacerbate stress levels. This cycle can create a vicious cycle, where stress and anxiety feed off each other, making it challenging to break free from their grip. Identifying triggers and patterns. In order to effectively manage stress and anxiety, it is important to identify the triggers and patterns that contribute to their occurrence. Triggers can be external factors such as work deadlines, financial pressures, or relationship conflicts, as well as internal factors such as negative self-talk or perfectionistic tendencies. By becoming aware of these triggers, we can begin to develop strategies to mitigate their impact and reduce our stress and anxiety levels. Patterns refer to the recurring thoughts, behaviors, and reactions that we engage in when faced with stress or anxiety. These patterns can be helpful or harmful, depending on how we respond to them. For example, engaging in negative self-talk or avoiding challenging situations may temporarily alleviate stress or anxiety, but in the long run, they can perpetuate and intensify these experiences. By recognizing and challenging these patterns, we can begin to develop healthier coping mechanisms. Stress reduction techniques. There are various techniques and strategies that can help reduce stress and anxiety levels. These techniques aim to activate the body's relaxation response, counteracting the physiological changes associated with stress. Some effective stress reduction techniques include deep breathing exercises, such as diaphragmatic breathing or box breathing, can help activate the body's relaxation response and promote a sense of calm. Progressive muscle relaxation. This technique involves systematically tensing and relaxing different muscle groups to release tension and promote relaxation. Exercise. Engaging in regular physical activity can help reduce stress and anxiety by releasing endorphins, improving mood, and promoting overall well-being. Meditation and mindfulness. Practicing meditation and mindfulness can help cultivate a sense of present moment awareness, reduce rumination, and promote relaxation. Journaling, writing down our thoughts and feelings can provide a sense of release and perspective, allowing us to gain insight into our stresses and develop strategies for managing them. Social support. Seeking support from friends, family, or support groups can provide a sense of connection and understanding, helping to alleviate stress and anxiety. Time management. Effective time management techniques, such as prioritizing tasks, setting realistic goals, and practicing self-care, can help reduce feelings of overwhelm and promote a sense of control. Mindfulness for anxiety relief. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for managing stress and anxiety. It involves paying attention to the present moment with an attitude of openness, curiosity, and non-judgment. By cultivating mindfulness, we can develop a greater awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, allowing us to respond to stress and anxiety in a more skillful and compassionate manner. Mindfulness practices, such as mindful breathing, body scans, and loving-kindness meditation, can help us develop a sense of calm and equanimity in the face of stress and anxiety. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can create space for them to arise and pass away, reducing their grip on our well-being. Incorporating mindfulness into our daily lives can also help us develop resilience and enhance our ability to cope with stress and anxiety. By practicing mindfulness regularly, we can cultivate a more balanced and compassionate mindset, enabling us to navigate life's challenges with greater ease and clarity. In the next section, we will explore techniques for improving focus and concentration, which can further support our efforts in managing stress and anxiety. Identifying triggers and patterns. In order to effectively manage stress and anxiety, it is crucial to identify the triggers and patterns that contribute to these negative emotions. By understanding what causes stress and anxiety in our lives, we can take proactive steps to reduce their impact and cultivate a more mindful mentality. Recognizing triggers. Triggers are the events, situations, or thoughts that initiate a stress or anxiety response. They can vary from person to person, as what may be stressful for one individual may not be for another. It is important to develop self-awareness and pay attention to the specific triggers that affect us personally. One way to recognize triggers is to keep a journal or log of stressful events or situations. By writing down the details of these experiences, we can start to identify common themes or patterns that contribute to our stress and anxiety. For example, we may notice that certain people, places, or tasks consistently trigger negative emotions. Another helpful technique is to pay attention to our physical and emotional reactions in different situations. When we feel stressed or anxious, we can take a moment to reflect on what was happening just before these feelings arose. By connecting the dots between our triggers and our emotional responses, we can gain valuable insights into the patterns that contribute to our stress. Patterns of thinking. In addition to external triggers, our patterns of thinking can also play a significant role in our experience of stress and anxiety. Negative thought patterns, such as catastrophizing or overgeneralizing, can amplify our stress response and make it more difficult to manage. By becoming aware of our thought patterns, we can challenge and reframe them in a more positive and realistic light. This process involves questioning the validity of our negative thoughts and replacing them with more balanced and constructive ones. For example, if we find ourselves constantly thinking, "I always mess things up," we can challenge this belief by reminding ourselves of times when we have succeeded or done well. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in identifying and shifting our thought patterns. By practicing present moment awareness, we can observe our thoughts without judgment and recognize when we are engaging in negative or unhelpful thinking. This awareness allows us to consciously choose to redirect our thoughts towards more positive and productive ones. Emotional triggers. Emotions are closely tied to our stress and anxiety levels, and certain emotions can act as triggers for these negative states. For example, feelings of anger, fear, or overwhelm can quickly escalate into stress and anxiety if not addressed. To identify emotional triggers, it is important to pay attention to our emotional landscape throughout the day. By regularly checking in with ourselves and acknowledging our emotions, we can start to notice patterns and trends. For instance, we may realize that certain activities or interactions consistently evoke feelings of frustration or anxiety. Once we have identified our emotional triggers, we can develop strategies to manage them more effectively. This may involve practicing relaxation techniques, engaging in activities that bring us joy and calm, or seeking support from loved ones or professionals. Environmental triggers. Our physical environment can also contribute to our stress and anxiety levels. Cluttered spaces, excessive noise, or chaotic surroundings can all act as triggers for negative emotions. By recognizing the environmental factors that impact our well-being, we can make conscious choices to create a more peaceful and supportive environment. Taking the time to declutter and organize our living and working spaces can have a significant impact on our mental state. Creating a calm and orderly environment can help reduce stress and promote a sense of clarity and focus. Similarly, minimizing exposure to excessive noise or creating quiet spaces for relaxation can contribute to a more peaceful mindset. Identifying patterns. Once we have identified our triggers, it is important to look for patterns in our experiences. By recognizing recurring themes or situations that consistently lead to stress and anxiety, we can develop strategies to address them more effectively. For example, if we notice that deadlines at work always trigger high levels of stress, we can explore ways to better manage our time and prioritize tasks. If social situations consistently cause anxiety, we can practice relaxation techniques or seek support to navigate these interactions more comfortably. By identifying patterns, we can take proactive steps to prevent or minimize the impact of stress and anxiety in our lives. This may involve setting boundaries, developing coping mechanisms, or seeking professional help when needed. In conclusion, identifying triggers and patterns is a crucial step in managing stress and anxiety. By recognizing the specific events, thoughts, emotions, and environments that contribute to our negative experiences, we can develop strategies to reduce their impact and cultivate a more mindful mentality. Through self-awareness and reflection, we can gain valuable insights into our own unique triggers and patterns, empowering us to live a more balanced and resilient life. Stress reduction techniques. Stress is an inevitable part of life. It can come from various sources such as work, relationships, financial pressures, or even internal factors like self-doubt and worry. While it is impossible to completely eliminate stress from our lives, we can learn effective techniques to manage and reduce its impact. In this section, we will explore some stress reduction techniques that can help you cultivate a more mindful mentality and find greater peace and balance in your life. Deep breathing. One of the simplest and most effective stress reduction techniques is deep breathing. When we are stressed, our breathing tends to become shallow and rapid, which can further exacerbate our feelings of anxiety and tension. Deep breathing, on the other hand, activates the body's relaxation response and helps to calm the mind. To practice deep breathing, find a quiet and comfortable place to sit or lie down. Close your eyes and take a slow, deep breath in through your nose, allowing your abdomen to expand fully. Hold the breath for a moment and then exhale slowly through your mouth, releasing any tension or stress with each breath. Repeat this process several times, focusing on the sensation of your breath entering and leaving your body. Deep breathing can be done anytime, anywhere, and is a powerful tool for reducing stress in the moment. Progressive muscle relaxation. Progressive muscle relaxation is a technique that involves systematically tensing and then releasing different muscle groups in the body. By doing so, we can release physical tension and promote a sense of deep relaxation. This technique is particularly helpful for individuals who carry stress in their bodies, experiencing muscle tightness or physical discomfort as a result of stress. To practice progressive muscle relaxation, find a quiet and comfortable space. Begin by tensing the muscles in your toes and feet, holding the tension for a few seconds, and then releasing it. Move up through your body, tensing and releasing each muscle group, including your calves, thighs, abdomen, shoulders, arms, and face. As you release the tension in each muscle group, pay attention to the sensation of relaxation and let go of any stress or tension you may be holding. This technique can be practiced regularly to promote overall relaxation and reduce stress levels. Mindful movement. Engaging in mindful movement practices such as yoga, tai chi, or qigong can be highly effective in reducing stress and promoting a sense of calm and well-being. These practices combine gentle physical movement with focused attention and deep breathing, creating a harmonious connection between the mind and body. Yoga, for example, incorporates a series of postures, breathing exercises, and meditation techniques that help to release tension, increase flexibility, and promote relaxation. Tai Chi and Qigong involve slow, flowing movements that cultivate balance, strength, and inner peace. By practicing these mindful movement techniques, you can not only reduce stress but also improve your physical health and overall sense of well-being. Guided imagery. Guided imagery is a powerful stress reduction technique that involves using your imagination to create a calming and peaceful mental image. By visualizing yourself in a serene and tranquil environment, you can evoke a relaxation response in your body and mind. To practice guided imagery, find a quiet and comfortable space where you can relax without distractions. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then, imagine yourself in a place that brings you a sense of peace and tranquility. It could be a beach, a forest, or any other location that resonates with you. Engage all your senses in this visualization, imagining the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations of being in that peaceful place. Stay in this visualization for a few minutes, allowing yourself to fully immerse in the experience and let go of any stress or tension. Guided imagery can be a powerful tool for reducing stress and promoting relaxation, and it can be practiced anytime you need a moment of calm. Mindful journaling. Journaling is a therapeutic practice that can help you process your thoughts and emotions, gain clarity, and reduce stress. Mindful journaling involves bringing a sense of presence and awareness to your writing, allowing you to explore your thoughts and feelings in a non-judgmental and compassionate way. To practice mindful journaling, set aside a few minutes each day to write freely about your experiences, thoughts, and emotions. Focus on the present moment as you write, paying attention to the sensations in your body and the thoughts that arise. Allow yourself to express whatever comes up without judgment or criticism. You can also use journaling prompts to guide your writing, such as "What am I grateful for today?" or "What is causing me stress, and how can I approach it with mindfulness?" By engaging in mindful journaling, you can gain insight into your stress triggers and develop a greater sense of self-awareness and resilience. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully is not only beneficial for our physical health, but also for reducing stress and promoting a positive relationship with food. When we eat mindfully, we bring our full attention to the experience of eating, savoring each bite and noticing the flavors, textures, and sensations in our bodies. To practice mindful eating, start by creating a calm and inviting eating environment. Sit down at a table, free from distractions such as screens or work. Take a moment to appreciate the appearance and aroma of your food. As you eat, chew slowly and savor each bite, paying attention to the taste and texture. Notice the sensations in your body as you eat, and try to eat until you feel comfortably satisfied, rather than overly full. By practicing mindful eating, you can cultivate a greater sense of enjoyment and satisfaction from your meals, reduce stress-related eating, and develop a healthier relationship with food. Incorporating these stress reduction techniques into your daily life can help you manage stress more effectively and cultivate a more mindful mentality. Experiment with different techniques and find what works best for you. Remember, stress is a natural part of life, but with mindfulness and practice, you can learn to navigate it with greater ease and resilience. Mindfulness for anxiety relief. Anxiety is a common experience that many people face in their daily lives. It can manifest as a feeling of unease, worry, or fear, and can be triggered by various factors such as work pressure, relationship issues, or financial concerns. While it is normal to experience anxiety from time to time, chronic anxiety can have a significant impact on our overall well-being and quality of life. Fortunately, mindfulness can be a powerful tool for managing and reducing anxiety. Understanding anxiety. Before delving into how mindfulness can help with anxiety relief, it is important to have a basic understanding of anxiety itself. Anxiety is a natural response to stress, and it can serve as a protective mechanism in certain situations. However, when anxiety becomes excessive or persistent, it can interfere with our ability to function effectively and enjoy life. Anxiety can manifest in various ways, including physical symptoms such as rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, and muscle tension, as well as psychological symptoms like racing thoughts, excessive worry, and difficulty concentrating. It can also lead to avoidance behaviors, where individuals try to avoid situations or triggers that they perceive as anxiety-inducing. The role of mindfulness in anxiety relief. Mindfulness is the practice of intentionally bringing one's attention to the present moment without judgment. It involves cultivating a non-reactive and accepting attitude towards our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. By practicing mindfulness, we can develop a greater sense of self-awareness and learn to observe our anxious thoughts and feelings without getting caught up in them. One of the key benefits of mindfulness for anxiety relief is its ability to interrupt the cycle of anxious thoughts and physical sensations. When we become aware of our anxiety through mindfulness, we can choose to respond to it in a more skillful and compassionate way rather than reacting automatically. This can help us break free from the grip of anxiety and create space for more calm and balanced responses. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest and most effective mindfulness techniques for anxiety relief is mindful breathing. Our breath is always with us, and it serves as an anchor to the present moment. By bringing our attention to the sensations of the breath, we can ground ourselves and create a sense of stability and calm. To practice mindful breathing, find a comfortable position and close your eyes if it feels comfortable. Begin by taking a few deep breaths, allowing your body to relax with each exhale. Then, shift your attention to the natural rhythm of your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body, the rise and fall of your abdomen or chest, and any other physical sensations associated with breathing. As you continue to focus on your breath, you may notice that your mind starts to wander. This is normal and expected. When you become aware that your mind has wandered, gently bring your attention back to the breath without judgment. Each time you do this, you are strengthening your ability to stay present and reducing the power of anxious thoughts. Body scan meditation. Another mindfulness practice that can be helpful for anxiety relief is the body scan meditation. This practice involves systematically bringing attention to different parts of the body, noticing any sensations or tension that may be present, and allowing them to release and relax. To begin a body scan meditation, find a quiet and comfortable space where you can lie down or sit in a relaxed position. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath for a few moments, allowing yourself to settle into the present moment. Start by directing your attention to your toes and notice any sensations or tension in that area. As you continue, gradually move your attention up through your feet, ankles, calves, knees, and so on, until you reach the top of your head. Take your time with each body part, observing any sensations without judgment and allowing any tension to melt away. The body scan meditation can help to bring awareness to areas of the body where we may hold tension or stress, and by consciously releasing that tension, we can create a greater sense of relaxation and ease. This practice can be particularly beneficial for individuals who experience physical symptoms of anxiety, such as muscle tension or headaches. Cultivating non-judgmental awareness of thoughts and emotions. Anxiety is often fueled by negative thoughts and beliefs that arise in our minds. These thoughts can be automatic and habitual, and they can contribute to a cycle of anxiety and worry. By cultivating non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts and emotions through mindfulness, we can begin to challenge and change these patterns. When anxious thoughts arise, instead of getting caught up in them or trying to push them away, practice observing them with curiosity and compassion. Notice the content of the thoughts, the emotions they evoke, and any physical sensations that accompany them. Remind yourself that thoughts are not facts, and they do not define who you are. By developing a non-judgmental attitude towards our thoughts and emotions, we can create space for new perspectives and possibilities. We can begin to question the validity of our anxious thoughts and challenge them with more balanced and realistic alternatives. This process of cognitive restructuring can help to reduce anxiety and promote a more positive and adaptive mindset. Integrating mindfulness into daily life. While formal mindfulness practices such as mindful breathing and body scan meditation can be powerful tools for anxiety relief, it is equally important to integrate mindfulness into our daily lives. By bringing a mindful attitude to our everyday activities, we can cultivate a greater sense of presence, calm, and resilience. Some ways to integrate mindfulness into daily life include mindful eating, paying attention to the taste, texture, and sensations of each bite of food, and savoring the experience. Mindful walking, noticing the sensations of each step, the movement of the body, and the environment around you. Mindful listening, giving your full attention to the sounds and words of others, without interrupting or formulating a response. Mindful self-care, engaging in activities that nourish and replenish your mind, body, and soul, such as taking a bath, practicing yoga, or engaging in a hobby. By practicing mindfulness in these everyday moments, we can create a foundation of presence and awareness that supports us in managing anxiety more effectively. Conclusion. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for anxiety relief. By cultivating a non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations, we can interrupt the cycle of anxiety and respond to it in a more skillful and compassionate way. Through practices such as mindful breathing, body scan meditation, and integrating mindfulness into daily life, we can develop the skills and mindset necessary to manage anxiety and live with greater ease and well-being. Chapter 5: Improving Focus and Concentration. The importance of focus. In today's fast-paced and constantly connected world, maintaining focus has become increasingly challenging. With the constant influx of information, notifications, and distractions, it can be difficult to stay present and concentrate on the task at hand. However, developing the ability to focus is crucial for success and well-being in various aspects of life. The benefits of focus. Focus is the ability to direct one's attention and energy towards a specific task or goal. It involves blocking out distractions and maintaining concentration on the present moment. When we are focused, we are fully engaged in what we are doing, which allows us to perform at our best and achieve optimal results. One of the key benefits of focus is increased productivity. When we are able to concentrate on a single task without being pulled in different directions, we can complete it more efficiently and effectively. By eliminating distractions and staying focused, we can accomplish more in less time, leading to a greater sense of accomplishment and satisfaction. Focus also plays a vital role in learning and acquiring new skills. When we are fully present and engaged in the learning process, our brains are better able to absorb and retain information. By focusing on the task at hand, we can enhance our ability to understand complex concepts, solve problems, and make connections between different ideas. Furthermore, focus is essential for creativity and innovation. When we are able to concentrate on a specific project or idea, we can delve deeper into it, explore different possibilities, and come up with innovative solutions. By immersing ourselves in the creative process and maintaining focus, we can tap into our creative potential and generate unique ideas. Overcoming distractions. In order to cultivate focus, it is important to identify and overcome the common distractions that hinder our ability to concentrate. Some of the most common distractions include technology. The constant presence of smartphones, social media, and other digital devices can easily divert our attention. It is important to set boundaries and create designated periods of time for focused work without interruptions from technology. Multitasking. Contrary to popular belief, multitasking actually impairs focus and productivity. When we try to juggle multiple tasks simultaneously, our attention becomes divided, and we are unable to give our full focus to any one task. Instead, it is more effective to prioritize tasks and focus on them one at a time. Environmental distractions, noise, clutter, and interruptions in our physical environment can also disrupt our focus. Creating a quiet and organized workspace, using noise-canceling headphones, or finding a secluded area can help minimize external distractions. Internal distractions. Our own thoughts and emotions can also be sources of distraction. Worries, anxieties, and unrelated thoughts can pull our attention away from the task at hand. Practicing mindfulness and cultivating self-awareness can help us recognize and let go of these internal distractions, allowing us to refocus on the present moment. Practicing mindful attention. Mindfulness is a powerful tool for developing and enhancing focus. By practicing mindful attention, we can train our minds to stay present and fully engaged in the present moment. Here are some strategies to cultivate mindful attention. Start with the breath. The breath is an anchor that can help bring our attention back to the present moment. Take a few moments to focus on your breath, noticing the sensation of the breath entering and leaving your body. Whenever your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to the breath. Engage your senses. Another way to cultivate mindful attention is to engage your senses. Pay attention to the sights, sounds, smells, tastes, and textures of your surroundings. By fully immersing yourself in the present moment through your senses, you can enhance your focus and deepen your connection to the present. Practice single tasking. Instead of trying to do multiple things at once, practice single tasking. Choose one task and give it your full attention. Avoid the temptation to switch between tasks or check your phone. By focusing on one task at a time, you can improve your concentration and productivity. Take regular breaks. It may seem counterintuitive, but taking regular breaks can actually improve focus. Our brains need time to rest and recharge. Schedule short breaks throughout your work or study sessions to give your mind a chance to relax and rejuvenate. Use these breaks to engage in activities that promote relaxation and mindfulness, such as stretching, walking, or deep breathing. Enhancing concentration skills. In addition to practicing mindful attention, there are several techniques that can help enhance concentration skills. Set clear goals. Clearly define what you want to achieve and break it down into smaller, manageable tasks. Having a clear goal in mind can provide a sense of direction and purpose, making it easier to stay focused. Create a conducive environment. Designate a specific area for focused work or study. Make sure the environment is free from distractions and clutter. Consider using tools such as noise-canceling headphones or ambient music to create a conducive atmosphere for concentration. Use time management techniques. Time management techniques, such as the Pomodoro technique, can help improve focus and productivity. This technique involves working in focused bursts of time, typically 25 minutes, followed by short breaks. By breaking your work into smaller, time-limited intervals, you can maintain focus and avoid burnout. Practice visualization. Visualization is a powerful technique that can help improve focus and concentration. Before starting a task, take a moment to visualize yourself successfully completing it. Imagine yourself fully engaged, focused, and achieving your desired outcome. This mental rehearsal can help prime your mind for focused action. By recognizing the importance of focus and implementing strategies to cultivate it, we can enhance our productivity, learning, creativity, and overall well-being. With practice and persistence, we can train our minds to stay present, overcome distractions, and achieve a state of deep focus and concentration. Overcoming distractions. In today's fast-paced and technology-driven world, distractions are everywhere. From the constant notifications on our smartphones to the never-ending stream of information on social media, it can be challenging to stay focused and maintain our attention on the task at hand. However, developing the ability to overcome distractions is crucial for improving our focus and concentration, and ultimately, for achieving our goals. Understanding distractions. Before we can effectively overcome distractions, it is essential to understand what they are and how they affect our ability to concentrate. Distractions can come in various forms, both external and internal. External distractions include noise, visual stimuli, and interruptions from other people. Internal distractions, on the other hand, are thoughts, emotions, and urges that divert our attention away from the task we are trying to focus on. External distractions are often easier to identify and manage. For example, if you are trying to study in a noisy environment, you can find a quieter place or use noise-canceling headphones to block out the noise. Similarly, if you are constantly interrupted by phone calls or messages, you can put your phone on silent or turn off notifications during your focused work periods. Internal distractions, however, can be more challenging to overcome. These distractions often stem from our own thoughts and emotions. For instance, you might find yourself daydreaming, worrying about something, or feeling anxious about an upcoming event. These internal distractions can be persistent and can significantly impact our ability to concentrate. Identifying personal distractions. To overcome distractions effectively, it is crucial to identify the specific distractions that affect us personally. Each individual has unique triggers and patterns that lead to distraction. By becoming aware of these triggers, we can develop strategies to minimize their impact on our focus and concentration. Take some time to reflect on the distractions that commonly arise in your life. Are there specific situations, environments, or activities that tend to divert your attention? Are there certain thoughts or emotions that frequently arise and disrupt your focus? By answering these questions, you can gain valuable insights into your personal distractions. For example, you might notice that you are easily distracted when working in a cluttered or disorganized environment. In this case, decluttering your workspace and creating an organized system for your materials can help minimize distractions. Alternatively, you might find that negative thoughts or worries often arise when you are trying to concentrate. In this case, practicing mindfulness techniques, such as observing your thoughts without judgment and redirecting your attention to the present moment, can help you overcome these internal distractions. Creating a distraction-free environment. One effective way to overcome distractions is to create a distraction-free environment. This means setting up your physical space in a way that minimizes potential interruptions and temptations. Here are some strategies to create a distraction-free environment. Minimize visual distractions, clear your workspace of unnecessary items, and keep only the essentials within reach. Remove any objects or decorations that might catch your attention and divert your focus. Manage noise distractions, find a quiet place to work or use noise-canceling headphones to block out external noise. If complete silence is not possible or preferable, consider playing soft instrumental music or ambient sounds that can help you stay focused. Set boundaries, communicate with others about your need for uninterrupted focus time. Let your family, friends, or colleagues know when you need to concentrate and ask for their support in minimizing distractions during those periods. Turn off notifications, disable notifications on your electronic devices or put them on silent mode. This includes notifications from social media, email, messaging apps, and other non-essential applications. Set specific times to check and respond to messages instead of constantly being interrupted by notifications. Practicing mindful attention. Mindful attention is a powerful tool for overcoming distractions and improving focus. By practicing mindful attention, we train our minds to stay present and fully engaged in the task at hand. Here are some techniques to cultivate mindful attention. Single tasking. Instead of trying to multitask, focus on one task at a time. Give your full attention to the task and immerse yourself in the present moment. When distractions arise, gently bring your attention back to the task without judgment. Deep breathing. Take a few deep breaths before starting a task to center yourself and bring your attention to the present moment. Deep breathing can help calm the mind and enhance focus. Body scan. Perform a quick body scan to release tension and bring awareness to your physical sensations. Start from the top of your head and slowly move down to your toes, noticing any areas of tension or discomfort. By releasing physical tension, you can create a more conducive environment for focused attention. Anchor your attention. Choose a specific anchor, such as your breath, a sound, or a visual object, to bring your attention back to whenever distractions arise. Whenever you notice your mind wandering, gently redirect your attention to the anchor without judgment. Setting realistic goals and prioritizing. Another important aspect of overcoming distractions is setting realistic goals and prioritizing tasks. When we have a clear sense of what needs to be done and the order of importance, it becomes easier to stay focused and avoid getting sidetracked by less important activities. Start by breaking down larger tasks into smaller, manageable steps. This not only makes the task more approachable, but also allows you to focus on one step at a time. Prioritize your tasks based on urgency and importance, and allocate specific time blocks for each task. By having a structured plan, you can minimize the chances of getting overwhelmed or distracted by less important tasks. Remember to be flexible and adapt your plan as needed. Unexpected distractions or interruptions may arise, and it's important to be able to adjust your focus and attention accordingly. By staying adaptable and resilient, you can overcome distractions more effectively and maintain your productivity. Practicing self-discipline and persistence. Overcoming distractions requires self-discipline and persistence. It is essential to cultivate these qualities to stay committed to your goals and maintain focus even when distractions arise. Here are some strategies to develop self-discipline and persistence. Create a routine. Establish a daily routine that includes dedicated time for focused work or activities. By following a consistent schedule, you train your mind to expect and prioritize these periods of focused attention. Practice delayed gratification. Learn to delay immediate gratification and prioritize long-term goals over short-term distractions. Remind yourself of the benefits and rewards that come from staying focused and accomplishing your tasks. Practice mindfulness throughout the day. Cultivate mindfulness not only during focused work, but also in your daily activities. By being fully present and engaged in each moment, you develop the ability to resist distractions and maintain focus. Celebrate small victories. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress and achievements along the way. This can help boost motivation and reinforce the habit of staying focused despite distractions. Remember, overcoming distractions is a skill that takes time and practice to develop. Be patient with yourself and approach it as a continuous learning process. By implementing the strategies and techniques discussed in this section, you can gradually improve your ability to overcome distractions, enhance your focus and concentration, and ultimately achieve greater success in your endeavors. Practicing mindful attention. In our fast-paced and constantly connected world, it can be challenging to maintain focus and attention on the present moment. Our minds often wander, jumping from one thought to another, and we find ourselves easily distracted by external stimuli. However, by practicing mindful attention, we can train our minds to stay present and fully engaged in whatever we are doing. Understanding mindful attention. Mindful attention is the practice of intentionally directing our awareness to the present moment without judgment. It involves paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, bodily sensations, and the environment around us. By cultivating mindful attention, we can develop a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world, enhance our concentration skills, and improve our overall well-being. The benefits of mindful attention. Practicing mindful attention offers numerous benefits for our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Here are some of the key benefits. Improved focus and concentration. When we practice mindful attention, we train our minds to stay focused on the task at hand. By bringing our attention back to the present moment whenever it wanders, we can enhance our ability to concentrate and complete tasks more efficiently. Reduce stress and anxiety. Mindful attention helps us break free from the cycle of rumination and worry. By observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can reduce stress and anxiety and cultivate a sense of calm and inner peace. Enhance self-awareness. Through mindful attention, we become more aware of our thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. This increased self-awareness allows us to recognize patterns, triggers, and habits that may be holding us back. With this awareness, we can make conscious choices and respond to situations in a more skillful and intentional way. Improved emotional regulation. By practicing mindful attention, we develop the ability to observe our emotions without getting caught up in them. This allows us to respond to challenging situations with greater clarity and composure, rather than reacting impulsively. Increased resilience. Mindful attention helps us cultivate a mindset of acceptance and non-judgment. By observing our experiences without labeling them as good or bad, we develop resilience and the ability to bounce back from setbacks and challenges. Techniques for practicing mindful attention. There are several techniques that can help us cultivate mindful attention in our daily lives. Here are some effective practices to try. Mindful breathing. One of the simplest and most accessible ways to practice mindful attention is through mindful breathing. Find a quiet and comfortable place to sit or lie down. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Notice the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Whenever your mind wanders, gently bring your attention back to the breath. Practice this for a few minutes each day to develop your ability to stay present and focused. Body scan meditation. The body scan meditation is a powerful practice for cultivating mindful attention to the body. Find a comfortable position and bring your attention to different parts of your body, starting from the top of your head and moving down to your toes. Notice any sensations, tension, or areas of discomfort without judgment. Simply observe and allow them to be. This practice helps us develop a deeper connection with our bodies and increases our awareness of physical sensations. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully is a wonderful way to practice mindful attention and cultivate a deeper appreciation for the food we consume. Before eating, take a moment to observe the colors, textures, and smells of your food. As you eat, savor each bite, paying attention to the flavors and sensations in your mouth. Notice the process of chewing and swallowing. By eating mindfully, we can enhance our enjoyment of food and develop a healthier relationship with eating. Mindful walking. Walking mindfully is a practice that can be done anywhere, whether you are walking in nature or simply moving from one room to another. As you walk, bring your attention to the sensation of your feet touching the ground. Notice the movement of your body and the surrounding environment. If your mind starts to wander, gently bring your attention back to the present moment and the act of walking. Mindful listening. Mindful listening involves giving our full attention to the person speaking without interrupting or formulating a response in our minds. When someone is speaking to you, focus on their words, tone of voice, and body language. Avoid distractions and truly listen with an open mind and heart. By practicing mindful listening, we can deepen our connections with others and foster more meaningful and authentic relationships. Integrating mindful attention into daily life. Practicing mindful attention is not limited to formal meditation sessions. It can be integrated into our daily activities and routines. Here are some ways to incorporate mindful attention into your daily life. Mindful morning routine. Start your day with a few moments of mindful attention. As you brush your teeth, take a shower, or prepare breakfast, bring your attention to the sensations, smells, and sounds of each activity. Mindful technology use. Before reaching for your phone or computer, take a moment to pause and bring your attention to the present moment. Notice any urges or impulses to check notifications and consciously choose how you want to engage with technology. Mindful communication. Practice mindful attention during conversations with others. Give your full presence and listen attentively without judgment or distraction. Notice your own reactions and responses and choose your words mindfully. Mindful movement. Whether you are exercising, doing household chores, or engaging in any physical activity, bring your attention to the sensations in your body and the movements you are making. Stay present and fully engaged in the activity. Mindful pause. Throughout the day, take short mindful pauses to check in with yourself. Close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and bring your attention to the present moment. Notice any tension or stress in your body and allow it to release. By integrating mindful attention into our daily lives, we can cultivate a greater sense of presence, clarity, and well-being. With practice, mindful attention becomes a natural and effortless way of being, allowing us to fully experience and appreciate each moment. Enhancing concentration skills. Concentration is a fundamental aspect of our mental abilities. It allows us to focus our attention on a specific task or object, enabling us to perform at our best. However, in today's fast-paced and technology-driven world, maintaining concentration can be a challenge. Our minds are constantly bombarded with distractions, making it difficult to stay focused and engaged. Fortunately, there are strategies and techniques that can help us enhance our concentration skills and improve our ability to stay present and attentive. In this section, we will explore some effective methods to cultivate and strengthen our concentration abilities. Minimizing external distractions. One of the first steps in enhancing concentration skills is to minimize external distractions. Our environment plays a significant role in our ability to concentrate. By creating a conducive environment, we can reduce the likelihood of being distracted and increase our focus. Here are some strategies to consider. Designate a dedicated workspace. Having a specific area designated for work or study can help create a mental association between that space and focused attention. Choose a quiet and clutter-free area where you can work without interruptions. Eliminate unnecessary noise. Noise can be a major distraction. If possible, find a quiet space to work or use noise-canceling headphones to block out external sounds. You can also use soft background music or white noise to create a more conducive environment. Turn off notifications. Constant notifications from emails, social media, and other apps can disrupt our concentration. Consider turning off notifications or using apps that allow you to set specific times for receiving them. This way, you can control when and how often you are interrupted. Manage your physical environment. Keep your workspace organized and free from clutter. A clean and tidy environment can help reduce visual distractions and promote a sense of calm and focus. Practicing mindful breathing. Mindful breathing is a powerful technique that can help improve concentration and bring our attention back to the present moment. By focusing on our breath, we anchor ourselves in the here and now, allowing us to let go of distractions and cultivate a state of focused awareness. Here's how you can practice mindful breathing to enhance your concentration skills. Find a comfortable position. Sit in a comfortable position with your back straight and your feet flat on the ground. You can also choose to lie down if that is more comfortable for you. Close your eyes. Closing your eyes can help minimize visual distractions and allow you to turn your attention inward. Bring your attention to your breath. Begin by simply observing your breath without trying to change it. Notice the sensation of the breath as it enters and leaves your body. Pay attention to the rise and fall of your abdomen or the feeling of air passing through your nostrils. Focus on the present moment. Whenever your mind starts to wander or you become aware of a distraction, gently bring your attention back to your breath. Allow each breath to be a reminder to stay present and focused. Practice regularly. Set aside a few minutes each day to practice mindful breathing. As you become more familiar with the practice, you can gradually increase the duration of your sessions. Using visualization techniques. Visualization techniques can be a powerful tool for enhancing concentration skills. By creating vivid mental images, we can engage our imagination and strengthen our ability to focus. Here are some visualization techniques you can try. Create a mental image. Before starting a task, take a moment to visualize yourself successfully completing it. Imagine the details of the task, the steps involved, and the desired outcome. Engage all your senses to make the visualization as vivid as possible. Use visual cues. Place visual cues or reminders related to your task in your workspace. These can be images, symbols, or objects that represent what you are working on. Whenever your attention starts to waver, these cues can serve as a gentle reminder to bring your focus back to the task at hand. Visualize a calm and focused mind. When you find your concentration waning, take a moment to visualize a calm and focused mind. Imagine your thoughts settling down, distractions fading away, and your mind becoming clear and attentive. This visualization can help you regain your focus and stay present. Practicing mindful movement. Engaging in mindful movement practices can also enhance concentration skills. By combining physical activity with mindfulness, we can train our minds to stay focused and present. Here are some mindful movement practices to consider. Yoga. Yoga combines physical postures, breath control, and meditation. It promotes body awareness, flexibility, and mental focus. Practicing yoga regularly can help improve concentration and reduce mental clutter. Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a gentle martial art that involves slow, flowing movements and deep breathing. It cultivates mindfulness, balance, and concentration. Regular practice of Tai Chi can enhance your ability to stay focused and centered. Walking meditation. Walking meditation involves walking slowly and mindfully, paying attention to each step and the sensations in your body. It can be done indoors or outdoors and is an excellent way to improve concentration while also getting some exercise. Mindful exercise. Whether you're running, swimming, or engaging in any other form of exercise, you can bring mindfulness to your movements. Focus on the sensations in your body, the rhythm of your breath, and the present moment. This can help you stay focused and engaged in your physical activity. By incorporating these strategies into your daily life, you can enhance your concentration skills and improve your ability to stay focused and present. Remember, concentration is a skill that can be developed with practice and patience. The more you cultivate your ability to concentrate, the more you will be able to accomplish and enjoy a sense of flow and productivity in your life. Chapter 6. Cultivating emotional intelligence. Understanding emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a crucial aspect of our overall well-being and success in life. It refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. Developing emotional intelligence allows us to navigate through various social interactions, build healthy relationships, and effectively manage our own emotions. What is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence encompasses a range of skills and abilities that enable us to understand and manage our emotions effectively. It involves being aware of our own emotions, recognizing the emotions of others, and using this awareness to guide our thoughts and actions. Emotional intelligence is not about suppressing or denying emotions, but rather about understanding and harnessing them in a positive and constructive way. The components of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence consists of several key components that work together to enhance our ability to understand and manage emotions. These components include self-awareness. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It involves being in tune with our own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. By developing self-awareness, we can better understand why we feel and react the way we do, which allows us to make more conscious choices in how we respond to different situations. Self-regulation. Self-regulation refers to the ability to manage and control our emotions, impulses, and behaviors. It involves being able to pause and think before reacting, and to choose responses that are appropriate and beneficial. Self-regulation allows us to handle challenging situations with composure and make decisions based on reason rather than being driven solely by our emotions. Empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and seeing the world from their perspective. By developing empathy, we can connect with others on a deeper level, build stronger relationships, and respond to their emotions in a compassionate and supportive manner. Social skills. Social skills encompass a range of abilities that enable us to interact effectively with others. These skills include active listening, effective communication, conflict resolution, and cooperation. By honing our social skills, we can navigate social situations with ease, build positive relationships, and collaborate successfully with others. The benefits of emotional intelligence. Developing emotional intelligence offers numerous benefits in both personal and professional aspects of life. Some of the key benefits include improved self-awareness. By developing emotional intelligence, we become more aware of our own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. This self-awareness allows us to better understand ourselves, our strengths, and areas for growth. It also enables us to recognize and manage our emotions more effectively, leading to greater self-control and overall well-being. Enhanced relationships. Emotional intelligence plays a vital role in building and maintaining healthy relationships. By understanding and empathizing with others' emotions, we can communicate more effectively, resolve conflicts peacefully, and build stronger connections. Developing emotional intelligence also fosters trust, respect, and cooperation in our relationships. Effective communication. Emotional intelligence enhances our communication skills by enabling us to listen actively, understand others' perspectives, and express ourselves clearly and assertively. By communicating mindfully and empathetically, we can avoid misunderstandings, build rapport, and foster a positive and supportive environment in our personal and professional interactions. Improve decision-making. Emotional intelligence helps us make better decisions by allowing us to consider both our emotions and rational thinking. By understanding our own emotions and recognizing how they may influence our decision-making, we can make more balanced and informed choices. Emotional intelligence also enables us to consider the emotions and perspectives of others, leading to more inclusive and effective decision-making processes. Stress management. Developing emotional intelligence equips us with effective strategies to manage stress and cope with challenging situations. By understanding and regulating our own emotions, we can reduce stress levels and maintain a sense of calm and resilience. Emotional intelligence also helps us recognize and manage stress triggers, allowing us to respond in a more constructive and adaptive manner. Developing emotional intelligence. Fortunately, emotional intelligence is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. Here are some strategies to cultivate emotional intelligence. Self-reflection. Engage in regular self-reflection to become more aware of your own emotions, thoughts, and behaviors. Take time to understand why you feel and react the way you do in different situations. Journaling, meditation, and mindfulness practices can be helpful in fostering self-reflection. Practice empathy. Make a conscious effort to understand and empathize with the emotions of others. Listen actively, validate their feelings, and try to see things from their perspective. Engage in acts of kindness and compassion to cultivate empathy. Improve communication skills. Enhance your communication skills by practicing active listening, expressing yourself assertively and respectfully, and seeking to understand before being understood. Pay attention to nonverbal cues and strive to communicate with empathy and clarity. Manage stress effectively. Develop stress management techniques such as deep breathing exercises, mindfulness meditation, and physical activity. Learn to recognize your stress triggers and implement healthy coping strategies to reduce stress levels. Seek feedback. Ask for feedback from trusted individuals to gain insights into how your emotions and behaviors impact others. Be open to constructive criticism and use it as an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Continuous learning. Emotional intelligence is a lifelong journey. Engage in continuous learning by reading books, attending workshops, and seeking out resources that can help you deepen your understanding and practice of emotional intelligence. By understanding and developing emotional intelligence, we can cultivate healthier relationships, make better decisions, and lead a more fulfilling and balanced life. It is a skill that can be honed with practice and dedication, ultimately leading to greater self-awareness, empathy, and overall well-being. Developing empathy and compassion. Empathy and compassion are two essential qualities that can greatly enhance our relationships and overall well-being. They allow us to connect with others on a deeper level, understand their emotions, and offer support and kindness. Developing empathy and compassion requires practice and a willingness to step outside of our own perspectives. In this section, we will explore various strategies and techniques to cultivate these qualities in our daily lives. Understanding empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and experiencing their emotions as if they were our own. When we practice empathy, we create a space for genuine connection and understanding. It allows us to validate and acknowledge the experiences of others, fostering a sense of belonging and compassion. To develop empathy, it is important to cultivate self-awareness and mindfulness. By being present and attentive to our own emotions, we become more attuned to the emotions of others. This awareness helps us recognize and empathize with their struggles, joys, and challenges. Additionally, actively listening to others without judgment or interruption allows us to truly understand their perspective and empathize with their feelings. Cultivating compassion. Compassion goes beyond understanding and extends to taking action to alleviate the suffering of others. It involves a genuine desire to help and support others in their times of need. Cultivating compassion requires us to cultivate a sense of kindness, empathy, and understanding towards ourselves and others. One way to develop compassion is through self-compassion. This involves treating ourselves with kindness and understanding, just as we would treat a close friend or loved one. By acknowledging our own struggles and offering ourselves compassion, we become better equipped to extend the same kindness and understanding to others. Another effective way to cultivate compassion is through acts of kindness and service. Engaging in acts of generosity and helping others not only benefits those in need but also nurtures our own sense of compassion and connection. Whether it's volunteering at a local charity, offering a listening ear to a friend in need, or simply performing small acts of kindness in our daily lives, these actions help us develop a compassionate mindset. Practicing empathy and compassion. Developing empathy and compassion is an ongoing practice that requires conscious effort and intention. Here are some strategies to incorporate into your daily life to cultivate these qualities. 1. Active listening. When engaging in conversations with others, practice active listening. Give your full attention to the person speaking, without interrupting or formulating your response. Focus on understanding their perspective and emotions, rather than solely waiting for your turn to speak. This practice allows you to truly connect with others and demonstrate empathy. 2. Perspective taking. Take the time to imagine yourself in someone else's situation. Consider their background, experiences, and emotions. This exercise helps broaden your perspective and fosters empathy. It allows you to understand that everyone has their own unique struggles and challenges. 3. Practice non-judgment. Avoid making assumptions or judgments about others. Instead, approach each person and situation with an open mind and a willingness to understand. Recognize that everyone has their own story and experiences that shape their actions and emotions. 4. Engage in acts of kindness. Look for opportunities to perform acts of kindness and service. This can be as simple as offering a helping hand to someone in need or volunteering your time for a cause you care about. These acts not only benefit others but also cultivate compassion within yourself. 5. Self-reflection. Take time for self-reflection and introspection. Consider your own biases, judgments, and areas where you may struggle to empathize with others. By understanding yourself better, you can work towards overcoming these barriers and developing a more compassionate mindset. 6. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Acknowledge your own struggles and offer yourself the same compassion you would offer to a loved one. By nurturing self-compassion, you create a foundation for extending compassion to others. Conclusion. Developing empathy and compassion is a transformative journey that enhances our relationships, personal growth, and overall well-being. By practicing active listening, perspective-taking, non-judgment, acts of kindness, self-reflection, and self-compassion, we can cultivate these qualities in our daily lives. As we develop empathy and compassion, we create a more compassionate world, one interaction at a time. Managing emotions effectively. Managing our emotions effectively is a crucial aspect of cultivating a mindful mentality. Emotions play a significant role in our daily lives, influencing our thoughts, behaviors, and overall well-being. When we learn to manage our emotions in a healthy and constructive way, we can experience greater emotional balance, improved relationships, and enhanced overall mental health. Understanding emotions. Before we can effectively manage our emotions, it is essential to understand what emotions are and how they function. Emotions are complex psychological and physiological responses to internal and external stimuli. They are a natural part of being human and serve as a way for us to navigate and respond to the world around us. Emotions can range from positive ones such as joy, love, and excitement, to negative ones like anger, sadness, and fear. Each emotion serves a purpose and provides valuable information about our experiences and needs. However, it is important to note that emotions are not inherently good or bad. It is how we respond to and express them that determines their impact on our lives. Recognizing and labeling emotions. One of the first steps in managing emotions effectively is to develop the skill of recognizing and labeling them. Often, we may experience a whirlwind of emotions without fully understanding what we are feeling or why. By taking the time to pause and reflect on our emotions, we can gain clarity and insight into our inner experiences. Mindfulness practice can be immensely helpful in this process. By bringing our attention to the present moment and observing our thoughts and feelings without judgment, we can become more aware of the emotions arising within us. This awareness allows us to label and identify our emotions accurately. When labeling emotions, it is important to use specific and descriptive language. Instead of simply saying, "I feel bad," try to pinpoint the exact emotion you are experiencing, such as sadness, frustration, or disappointment. This level of specificity helps us gain a deeper understanding of our emotional landscape and enables us to respond more effectively. Accepting and validating emotions. Once we have recognized and labeled our emotions, the next step is to accept and validate them. It is crucial to remember that all emotions are valid and deserving of acknowledgement. Often, we may try to suppress or ignore certain emotions because they are uncomfortable or unpleasant. However, denying our emotions only leads to further distress and can hinder our ability to manage them effectively. Instead, we can practice self-compassion and acceptance towards our emotions. By acknowledging and validating our feelings, we create a safe space for ourselves to experience and process them. This acceptance does not mean that we have to like or agree with our emotions, it simply means that we are willing to acknowledge their presence without judgment. Regulating emotions. Once we have accepted and validated our emotions, the next step is to regulate them. Emotion regulation involves the ability to modulate and control our emotional responses in a way that is adaptive and beneficial to our well-being. It is about finding a balance between expressing our emotions authentically and managing them in a way that aligns with our values and goals. There are various strategies and techniques that can help us regulate our emotions effectively. One such technique is deep breathing. Taking slow, deep breaths can activate the body's relaxation response and help calm the nervous system, reducing the intensity of our emotional reactions. Another helpful strategy is engaging in physical activity. Exercise releases endorphins, which are natural mood boosters. Engaging in activities such as walking, yoga, or dancing can help us release pent-up emotions and promote a sense of well-being. Additionally, practicing mindfulness meditation can be highly beneficial in regulating emotions. By cultivating a non-judgmental awareness of our thoughts and emotions, we can create space between ourselves and our emotional experiences. This space allows us to respond to our emotions rather than react impulsively, leading to more skillful and constructive outcomes. Seeking support. Managing emotions effectively does not mean that we have to do it alone. Seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or mental health professionals can be incredibly valuable. Talking about our emotions with someone who listens empathetically and without judgment can provide us with a fresh perspective and help us gain insights into our emotional experiences. In addition to seeking support from others, it is essential to cultivate self-care practices that nourish and replenish us. Engaging in activities that bring us joy, practicing relaxation techniques, and prioritizing self-care can help us build emotional resilience and better cope with challenging emotions. Cultivating emotional intelligence. Managing emotions effectively is closely tied to the development of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, as well as the emotions of others. It involves being aware of our emotional states, empathizing with others, and effectively navigating social interactions. By cultivating emotional intelligence, we can enhance our ability to manage our emotions effectively. This includes developing skills such as self-awareness, self-regulation, empathy, and effective communication. As we become more emotionally intelligent, we can navigate challenging situations with greater ease and build healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Conclusion: managing emotions effectively is a vital aspect of developing a mindful mentality. By understanding, recognizing, and accepting our emotions, we can regulate them in a way that promotes our overall well-being. Through practices such as mindfulness, self-care, and seeking support, we can cultivate emotional intelligence and build a healthier relationship with our emotions. Remember, managing emotions is a lifelong journey, and with practice and patience, we can develop the skills necessary to navigate our emotional landscape with grace and resilience. Building healthy relationships. Building and maintaining healthy relationships is an essential aspect of living a fulfilling and meaningful life. Our relationships with others greatly impact our overall well-being and happiness. When we cultivate healthy relationships, we experience greater support, connection, and a sense of belonging. In this section, we will explore the habits of mind that can help us build and nurture healthy relationships. Cultivating empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It is a crucial skill for building healthy relationships. When we practice empathy, we are able to connect with others on a deeper level and show them that we genuinely care about their experiences and emotions. To cultivate empathy, it is important to actively listen to others without judgment. This means giving our full attention to the person speaking, maintaining eye contact, and being present in the moment. We can also practice putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and imagining how they might be feeling. By doing so, we can better understand their perspective and respond with empathy and compassion. Effective communication. Effective communication is the foundation of any healthy relationship. It involves expressing ourselves clearly and listening attentively to others. When we communicate effectively, we can avoid misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and build trust and mutual respect. One key aspect of effective communication is active listening. This means giving our full attention to the person speaking and genuinely trying to understand their message. It involves not only hearing the words, but also paying attention to nonverbal cues, such as body language and tone of voice. By actively listening, we can show others that we value their thoughts and feelings, which strengthens the bond between us. Another important aspect of effective communication is expressing ourselves mindfully. This means choosing our words carefully and considering the impact they may have on others. It involves speaking honestly and assertively while being mindful of the other person's feelings. By communicating mindfully, we can avoid unnecessary conflicts and foster open and honest dialogue. Building trust and respect. Trust and respect are the pillars of healthy relationships. Without these qualities, it is challenging to establish a strong and meaningful connection with others. Building trust and respect requires consistency, honesty, and integrity. To build trust, it is important to follow through on our commitments and be reliable. When we keep our promises and act with integrity, others can trust us and feel secure in the relationship. It is also crucial to be honest and transparent in our communication. By being open and truthful, we can foster trust and create a safe space for vulnerability. Respect is equally important in building healthy relationships. It involves valuing the opinions, boundaries, and autonomy of others. Respecting others means treating them with kindness, empathy, and understanding. It also means acknowledging and appreciating their unique qualities and contributions. When we show respect to others, we create an environment of mutual admiration and support. Nurturing emotional connection. Emotional connection is the deep bond that we share with others. It goes beyond surface-level interactions and involves understanding and connecting with each other's emotions. Nurturing emotional connection requires vulnerability, empathy, and active engagement. To nurture emotional connection, it is important to create a safe and non-judgmental space for open communication. This means being receptive to others' emotions and validating their experiences. It involves being present and attentive when others share their thoughts and feelings, without interrupting or dismissing them. By actively engaging in emotional conversations, we can strengthen the emotional bond with others. It is also important to express our own emotions authentically and honestly. By sharing our vulnerabilities and fears, we invite others to do the same, deepening the emotional connection. Additionally, practicing empathy and understanding allows us to connect with others on a deeper level and create a sense of emotional intimacy. Resolving conflicts mindfully. Conflicts are a natural part of any relationship. However, how we handle conflicts greatly impacts the health and longevity of the relationship. Mindful conflict resolution involves approaching conflicts with empathy, understanding, and a willingness to find a mutually beneficial solution. To resolve conflicts mindfully, it is important to listen to each other's perspectives without judgment. This means actively listening to understand, rather than listening to respond. It involves acknowledging and validating each other's feelings and experiences. By doing so, we create a safe space for open and honest communication. It is also important to approach conflicts with a problem-solving mindset. Instead of focusing on blame or winning the argument, we can work together to find a solution that meets both parties' needs. This requires compromise, flexibility, and a willingness to let go of our ego. By resolving conflicts mindfully, we can strengthen the relationship and foster a deeper understanding and connection with each other. Building healthy relationships is a lifelong journey that requires continuous effort and practice. By cultivating empathy, practicing effective communication, building trust and respect, nurturing emotional connection, and resolving conflicts mindfully, we can create and maintain meaningful and fulfilling relationships with others. These habits of mind not only enhance our own well-being but also contribute to the well-being of those around us. Chapter 7: Promoting Mindful Communication. The power of mindful communication. Communication is an essential aspect of our daily lives. It is how we express ourselves, share information, and connect with others. However, many times, we engage in communication without truly being present or mindful of our words and actions. Mindful communication, on the other hand, is a powerful tool that can transform the way we interact with others and deepen our connections. What is mindful communication? Mindful communication is the practice of being fully present and aware during the process of communication. It involves paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations while also being attentive to the person or people we are communicating with. It requires us to listen deeply, speak with intention, and respond with compassion. When we engage in mindful communication, we are able to create a safe and supportive space for open and honest dialogue. We become more aware of our own biases, assumptions, and judgments, allowing us to communicate with greater empathy and understanding. Mindful communication also helps us to cultivate stronger relationships, resolve conflicts more effectively, and foster a sense of connection and belonging. The benefits of mindful communication. Practicing mindful communication can have numerous benefits in both our personal and professional lives. Here are some of the key advantages. Improved listening skills. Mindful communication enhances our ability to listen attentively. By being fully present and engaged, we can truly understand the message being conveyed, both verbally and non-verbally. This leads to better comprehension, empathy, and the ability to respond thoughtfully. Enhanced understanding. Mindful communication allows us to gain a deeper understanding of others' perspectives, experiences, and emotions. By actively listening and being open-minded, we can bridge gaps in communication and foster empathy and connection. Conflict resolution. Mindful communication provides a framework for resolving conflicts peacefully and constructively. By approaching conflicts with mindfulness, we can communicate our needs and concerns effectively while also being receptive to the needs and concerns of others. This promotes understanding, collaboration, and the development of mutually beneficial solutions. Strengthened relationships. Mindful communication fosters trust, respect, and intimacy in relationships. When we communicate mindfully, we create a safe space for open and honest expression, which strengthens the bond between individuals. It also helps to build a sense of belonging and community. Reduced misunderstandings. Mindful communication minimizes misunderstandings and misinterpretations. By being present and attentive, we can clarify any uncertainties, ask for clarification when needed, and ensure that our message is conveyed accurately. Increased emotional intelligence. Mindful communication enhances our emotional intelligence by allowing us to recognize and regulate our own emotions, as well as understand and empathize with the emotions of others. This leads to more effective communication and healthier relationships. Authenticity and self-expression. Mindful communication encourages us to express ourselves authentically and honestly. By being aware of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions, we can communicate in a way that aligns with our values and fosters genuine connections. Cultivating mindful communication. Developing mindful communication skills requires practice and intention. Here are some strategies to cultivate mindful communication. Presence and awareness. Begin by cultivating a sense of presence and awareness in your communication. Be fully present in the moment, paying attention to both your own internal experiences and the external environment. Notice any thoughts, emotions, or physical sensations that arise during the communication process. Active listening. Practice active listening by giving your full attention to the speaker. Avoid interrupting or formulating your response while the other person is speaking. Instead, focus on understanding their message and reflecting back what you have heard to ensure clarity. Non-judgmental attitude. Approach communication with a non-judgmental attitude. Be aware of any biases or preconceived notions that may influence your perception of the speaker or their message. Practice suspending judgment and cultivating curiosity and openness. Empathy and compassion. Cultivate empathy and compassion in your communication. Seek to understand the emotions and experiences of others and respond with kindness and understanding. Put yourself in the other person's shoes and validate their feelings and perspectives. Mindful speech. Pay attention to your own speech and the impact it may have on others. Speak with intention, choosing your words carefully and considering their potential impact. Be mindful of your tone of voice, body language, and nonverbal cues. Mindful conflict resolution. When conflicts arise, approach them with mindfulness. Take a step back, breathe, and reflect on the situation before responding. Listen actively to the concerns of all parties involved and seek common ground. Focus on finding mutually beneficial solutions rather than winning or being right. Practice mindful communication in daily life. Extend mindful communication beyond formal conversations and practice it in your daily interactions. Whether it's with family, friends, colleagues, or strangers, strive to communicate mindfully and with authenticity. By incorporating mindful communication into our lives, we can transform the way we connect with others and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. It is a powerful tool that allows us to deepen our relationships, resolve conflicts, and foster understanding and empathy. Start practicing mindful communication today and experience the profound impact it can have on your life and the lives of those around you. Active listening and presence. Active listening is a crucial skill that can greatly enhance our communication and relationships with others. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, not just hearing their words, but also understanding their message, emotions, and intentions. Active listening requires being present in the moment and giving our undivided attention to the speaker. The importance of active listening. Active listening is essential for effective communication because it allows us to truly understand and connect with others. When we actively listen, we show respect and empathy towards the speaker, which helps to build trust and strengthen relationships. It also enables us to gain valuable insights and perspectives, as well as avoid misunderstandings and conflicts. By actively listening, we can create a safe and supportive environment for the speaker to express themselves freely. This encourages open and honest communication, fostering deeper connections and mutual understanding. Active listening also helps us to become more mindful and present in our interactions, enhancing our overall communication skills. Techniques for active listening. To become an active listener, we can practice various techniques that promote engagement and understanding. Here are some effective strategies to enhance our active listening skills. Paying attention. The first step in active listening is to pay full attention to the speaker. This means eliminating distractions and focusing solely on the conversation at hand. Put away your phone, turn off the television, and create a quiet and comfortable environment that allows you to concentrate on the speaker's words. Maintaining eye contact. Maintaining eye contact with the speaker is a powerful way to demonstrate your attentiveness and interest. It shows that you are fully present and engaged in the conversation. However, be mindful of cultural differences, as some cultures may view prolonged eye contact as disrespectful or intrusive. Using nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues such as nodding, smiling, and using facial expressions can convey understanding and encouragement to the speaker. These cues show that you are actively listening and that you value what they are saying. Additionally, using open body language, such as facing the speaker directly and keeping your arms uncrossed, can create a more welcoming and receptive atmosphere. Reflecting and clarifying. Reflecting and clarifying what the speaker has said is an important part of active listening. Paraphrasing their words and summarizing their main points not only demonstrates your understanding, but also allows the speaker to confirm or correct any misconceptions. This technique shows that you are actively engaged in the conversation and committed to understanding their perspective. Asking open-ended questions. Asking open-ended questions encourages the speaker to elaborate and provide more information. These questions cannot be answered with a simple yes or no, and require the speaker to share their thoughts and feelings. By asking open-ended questions, you demonstrate your interest in their perspective and encourage a deeper and more meaningful conversation. The power of presence. In addition to active listening, cultivating presence is equally important in mindful communication. Presence involves being fully engaged in the present moment, without judgment or distraction. When we are present, we are able to connect more deeply with others and respond authentically to their needs and emotions. Being present requires letting go of our own agenda and preconceived notions, and instead, focusing on the speaker's words and emotions. It involves suspending judgment and truly listening with an open mind and heart. By practicing presence, we can create a space for genuine connection and understanding. Cultivating presence in communication. To cultivate presence in our communication, we can incorporate the following practices. Mindful breathing. Taking a few deep breaths before and during a conversation can help us center ourselves and become more present. Paying attention to our breath allows us to anchor our awareness in the present moment and let go of any distractions or racing thoughts. This practice helps us to be more attentive and responsive to the speaker. Letting go of distractions. In our fast-paced and technology-driven world, it is easy to get distracted during conversations. To cultivate presence, we need to consciously let go of distractions such as phones, laptops, or other thoughts that may pull our attention away from the speaker. By creating a focused and undivided space for communication, we can fully engage with the speaker and be present in the conversation. Practicing non-judgment. Being non-judgmental is a key aspect of presence in communication. When we suspend judgment, we create a safe and accepting space for the speaker to express themselves freely. By letting go of our own biases and preconceived notions, we can truly listen and understand the speaker's perspective without imposing our own judgments or opinions. Cultivating empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. By cultivating empathy, we can deepen our connection with the speaker and respond with compassion and understanding. Empathy involves putting ourselves in the speaker's shoes and trying to see the situation from their perspective. This practice allows us to respond in a more supportive and meaningful way. Benefits of active listening and presence. By actively listening and cultivating presence in our communication, we can experience numerous benefits. Improved understanding and connection with others. Enhanced empathy and compassion. Reduced misunderstandings and conflicts. Strengthened relationships. Increased trust and respect. Enhanced problem-solving and decision-making skills. Heightened self-awareness and mindfulness. Active listening and presence are powerful tools that can transform our communication and relationships. By practicing these skills, we can create a more harmonious and compassionate world, one conversation at a time. Expressing yourself mindfully. Expressing ourselves is an essential part of human communication. It allows us to share our thoughts, feelings, and ideas with others. However, the way we express ourselves can greatly impact the quality of our relationships and the effectiveness of our communication. Mindful expression is a practice that can help us communicate more authentically, compassionately, and effectively. Cultivating self-awareness in communication. Before we can express ourselves mindfully, it is important to cultivate self-awareness in our communication. Self-awareness involves being conscious of our thoughts, emotions, and intentions as we communicate with others. By developing self-awareness, we can better understand our own biases, triggers, and patterns of communication. To cultivate self-awareness in communication, it is helpful to practice mindful observation. This involves paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations as we engage in conversation. By observing ourselves without judgment, we can become more aware of our communication habits and patterns. Authenticity and vulnerability in expression. Expressing ourselves mindfully requires authenticity and vulnerability. Authenticity means being true to ourselves and expressing our thoughts and feelings honestly. It involves being genuine and not pretending to be someone we are not. When we express ourselves authentically, we create a space for open and honest communication. Vulnerability, on the other hand, involves being open and willing to share our true selves with others. It means allowing ourselves to be seen and heard, even if it feels uncomfortable or risky. When we express ourselves vulnerably, we invite others to do the same, creating a deeper connection and understanding. Active listening and empathy. Expressing ourselves mindfully also involves active listening and empathy. Active listening is the practice of fully engaging with the speaker and giving them our full attention. It involves being present in the moment and genuinely interested in what the other person is saying. Empathy, on the other hand, is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When we express ourselves mindfully, we strive to understand the perspective and emotions of the person we are communicating with. By practicing empathy, we can respond to others in a compassionate and understanding way. Nonviolent communication. Nonviolent communication, NVC, is a communication technique that promotes mindful expression and compassionate listening. Developed by Marshall Rosenberg, NVC focuses on expressing our needs and feelings without judgment or blame, while also empathetically listening to the needs and feelings of others. In NVC, communication is based on 4 key components: observation, feelings, needs, and requests. Observations involve describing the situation without evaluation or interpretation. Feelings involve expressing our emotions in response to the situation. Needs involve identifying the underlying needs or values that are driving our emotions. And requests involve making clear and specific requests to meet our needs. By practicing NVC, we can express ourselves more effectively and compassionately, while also fostering understanding and connection with others. Mindful conflict resolution. Conflict is a natural part of human relationships, and expressing ourselves mindfully can greatly contribute to resolving conflicts in a healthy and constructive way. Mindful conflict resolution involves approaching conflicts with openness, curiosity, and a willingness to listen and understand. When conflicts arise, it is important to take a step back and observe our own thoughts, emotions, and reactions. By cultivating self-awareness in the midst of conflict, we can better understand our own triggers and biases, allowing us to respond more mindfully. In mindful conflict resolution, it is important to express ourselves authentically and vulnerably, while also actively listening to the perspective of the other person. By practicing empathy and seeking to understand the underlying needs and values of both parties, we can work towards finding mutually beneficial solutions. Mindful conflict resolution also involves letting go of the need to be right or to win the argument. Instead, the focus is on finding common ground, fostering understanding, and maintaining the quality of the relationship. Cultivating mindful communication in daily life. Expressing ourselves mindfully is not limited to specific situations or conversations. It is a practice that can be cultivated in all aspects of our daily lives. By bringing mindfulness to our communication, we can enhance the quality of our relationships, improve our understanding of others, and create a more harmonious and compassionate world. To cultivate mindful communication in daily life, it is helpful to bring awareness to our words, tone of voice, and body language. By paying attention to how we communicate, we can ensure that our words are aligned with our intentions and values. Additionally, it is important to practice active listening and empathy in all our interactions. By truly listening to others and seeking to understand their perspective, we can foster deeper connections and build stronger relationships. Finally, it is essential to approach communication with an open mind and a willingness to learn and grow. By embracing the diversity of opinions and experiences, we can expand our own understanding and cultivate a more inclusive and compassionate society. In conclusion, expressing ourselves mindfully is a powerful practice that can transform the way we communicate and relate to others. By cultivating self-awareness, authenticity, active listening, empathy, and non-violent communication, we can create deeper connections, resolve conflicts constructively, and foster a more compassionate and harmonious world. Let us embrace the power of mindful expression and bring it into all aspects of our lives. Resolving conflicts with mindfulness. Conflict is an inevitable part of life. Whether it's a disagreement with a loved one, a clash of opinions at work, or a misunderstanding with a friend, conflicts can arise in various aspects of our lives. However, conflicts don't have to be negative or destructive. With the practice of mindfulness, we can approach conflicts with a calm and compassionate mindset, leading to more effective and peaceful resolutions. Understanding conflict. Before we delve into resolving conflicts with mindfulness, it's important to understand the nature of conflict itself. Conflict arises when there is a perceived difference between two or more parties. This difference can be in opinions, values, needs, or desires. Conflicts can range from minor disagreements to intense arguments, and they can occur in personal relationships, professional settings, or even within ourselves. The role of mindfulness in conflict resolution. Mindfulness plays a crucial role in conflict resolution by helping us cultivate awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation. When we approach conflicts with mindfulness, we are able to step back from our automatic reactions and observe the situation with clarity and non-judgment. This allows us to respond to conflicts in a more thoughtful and compassionate manner, rather than reacting impulsively out of anger or frustration. Cultivating mindful awareness. The first step in resolving conflicts with mindfulness is to cultivate mindful awareness. This involves bringing our attention to the present moment and observing our thoughts, emotions, and physical sensations without judgment. By developing this awareness, we can better understand our own reactions and triggers during conflicts, as well as the underlying needs and concerns of the other party involved. Practicing compassionate listening. One of the key elements of resolving conflicts mindfully is practicing compassionate listening. This means actively listening to the other person's perspective with an open mind and heart, without interrupting or judging. Compassionate listening allows us to truly understand the other person's point of view and validate their feelings and experiences. It creates a safe space for open and honest communication, fostering empathy and connection. Cultivating empathy and understanding. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. When we cultivate empathy during conflicts, we are able to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and see the situation from their perspective. This helps us develop a deeper understanding of their needs, fears, and desires, which in turn allows us to find common ground and work towards a mutually beneficial resolution. Managing emotions effectively. Conflicts can often trigger strong emotions such as anger, frustration, or sadness. Mindfulness helps us manage these emotions effectively by allowing us to observe them without getting caught up in them. Instead of reacting impulsively based on our emotions, we can take a step back, acknowledge our feelings, and choose a more skillful response. This helps create a calm and centered environment for conflict resolution. Finding win-win solutions. Resolving conflicts mindfully involves seeking win-win solutions, where both parties' needs and interests are taken into consideration. Instead of approaching conflicts with a win-lose mentality, mindfulness encourages us to explore creative and collaborative solutions that address the underlying concerns of all parties involved. This fosters a sense of cooperation and harmony, leading to more sustainable resolutions. Practicing non-attachment. During conflicts, it's important to practice non-attachment to our own opinions and outcomes. Mindfulness teaches us to let go of the need to be right or to have things go our way. By cultivating non-attachment, we can approach conflicts with a more open and flexible mindset, allowing for greater understanding and compromise. This helps create an atmosphere of acceptance and respect, facilitating the resolution process. Seeking mediation or professional help. In some cases, conflicts may be too complex or deeply rooted to be resolved solely through mindfulness practices. In such situations, seeking mediation or professional help can be beneficial. Mediators or therapists trained in conflict resolution can provide guidance and support in navigating difficult conflicts, helping all parties involved to communicate effectively and find mutually agreeable solutions. The power of forgiveness. Finally, resolving conflicts mindfully often involves the power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about condoning or forgetting the actions that led to the conflict, but rather about releasing the negative emotions and resentment associated with it. Mindfulness helps us cultivate forgiveness by allowing us to let go of grudges and move forward with compassion and understanding. Forgiveness frees us from the burden of holding on to past conflicts, enabling us to create healthier and more harmonious relationships. In conclusion, resolving conflicts with mindfulness requires cultivating awareness, empathy, and emotional regulation. By approaching conflicts with a calm and compassionate mindset, we can listen actively, seek win-win solutions, and practice non-attachment. Mindfulness also teaches us the power of forgiveness, allowing us to let go of past conflicts and create healthier relationships. Remember, conflict resolution is a skill that can be developed with practice, and mindfulness provides us with the tools to navigate conflicts in a more peaceful and constructive way. Chapter 8: Integrating Mindfulness into Daily Life. Bringing mindfulness to everyday activities. In our fast-paced and busy lives, it can be easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle of daily activities without truly being present in the moment. We often find ourselves multitasking, rushing through tasks, and constantly thinking about what needs to be done next. This can lead to feelings of stress, overwhelm, and a lack of fulfillment in our lives. Bringing mindfulness to everyday activities is a powerful way to cultivate a sense of presence, peace, and joy in our lives. It allows us to fully engage with each moment, savoring the simple pleasures and finding beauty in the ordinary. By practicing mindfulness in our daily activities, we can transform mundane tasks into opportunities for growth, self-discovery, and connection. Mindful walking. Walking is a common activity that we engage in every day, yet we often do it on autopilot, lost in our thoughts or distracted by our phones. Mindful walking is a practice that involves bringing our full attention to the act of walking. As we take each step, we can focus on the sensation of our feet touching the ground, the movement of our legs, and the rhythm of our breath. We can also notice the sights, sounds, and smells around us, fully immersing ourselves in the present moment. Mindful walking can be done anywhere, whether it's during a leisurely stroll in nature or a brisk walk to work. Mindful eating. Eating is another activity that we often rush through without paying much attention to the experience. Mindful eating involves bringing our awareness to the process of eating, from the preparation of the food to the act of chewing and swallowing. We can take the time to appreciate the colors, textures, and flavors of our food, savoring each bite and fully experiencing the nourishment it provides. Mindful eating also involves paying attention to our body's hunger and fullness cues, eating when we are hungry and stopping when we are satisfied. By practicing mindful eating, we can develop a healthier relationship with food and cultivate gratitude for the nourishment it provides. Mindful cleaning. Cleaning is often seen as a chore, something we do to maintain a tidy living space. However, it can also be an opportunity to practice mindfulness. Whether we are washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or tidying up our belongings, we can bring our full attention to the task at hand. We can notice the sensation of the water on our hands, the sound of the broom bristles against the floor, and the satisfaction of seeing a clean and organized space. By approaching cleaning with mindfulness, we can turn it into a meditative practice that brings a sense of calm and clarity to our minds. Mindful driving. Driving is a common activity that many of us engage in daily. However, it can also be a source of stress and distraction. Mindful driving involves bringing our full attention to the act of driving, focusing on the road, our surroundings, and our own actions. We can notice the sensation of our hands on the steering wheel, the movement of our feet on the pedals, and the sounds of the engine and traffic. By practicing mindful driving, we can enhance our safety on the road and reduce stress and anxiety associated with driving. Mindful work. Many of us spend a significant portion of our day at work, and it's easy to get caught up in the demands and pressures of our jobs. However, by bringing mindfulness to our work, we can enhance our productivity, creativity, and overall well-being. Mindful work involves fully immersing ourselves in the task at hand, focusing on one thing at a time, and bringing a sense of curiosity and openness to our work. We can notice the sensations in our body as we work, the thoughts and emotions that arise, and the impact of our actions. By practicing mindful work, we can cultivate a sense of purpose, fulfillment, and balance in our professional lives. Mindful relationships. Our relationships with others are an important aspect of our lives, and yet they can often be a source of stress, conflict, and disconnection. Mindful relationships involve bringing our full presence and attention to our interactions with others. It means truly listening to the other person without judgment or interruption and being fully present in the conversation. It also means being aware of our own thoughts, emotions, and reactions, and responding with kindness, compassion, and understanding. By practicing mindful relationships, we can deepen our connections with others, cultivate empathy and compassion, and create a more harmonious and fulfilling social environment. Bringing mindfulness to everyday activities is a practice that can be integrated into all aspects of our lives. It allows us to slow down, appreciate the present moment, and find joy and fulfillment in the simplest of tasks. By cultivating mindfulness in our daily activities, we can transform our lives and create a greater sense of peace, purpose, and well-being. Creating mindful routines. Creating mindful routines is an essential aspect of integrating mindfulness into our daily lives. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routines, we can cultivate a greater sense of presence, awareness, and overall well-being. Mindful routines help us to slow down, be more intentional, and fully engage with each moment. In this section, we will explore some practical strategies for creating mindful routines that can support our journey towards a more mindful and balanced life. Morning mindfulness. Starting our day with mindfulness sets the tone for the rest of the day. By incorporating mindfulness into our morning routine, we can cultivate a sense of calm and clarity that can positively impact our entire day. Here are some suggestions for creating a mindful morning routine. Mindful wake-up. Instead of reaching for our phones or rushing out of bed, we can begin our day by taking a few moments to simply be present. We can focus on our breath, notice any sensations in our body, and set an intention for the day ahead. Mindful movement. Engaging in gentle movement practices such as yoga or stretching can help us connect with our bodies and cultivate a sense of mindfulness. We can pay attention to the sensations in our body, the breath, and the present moment as we move. Mindful breakfast. Instead of rushing through our breakfast, we can bring mindfulness to this daily activity. We can savor each bite, notice the flavors and textures, and appreciate the nourishment it provides. Mindful affirmations. Taking a few moments to reflect on positive affirmations or intentions can help us set a positive mindset for the day. We can repeat affirmations such as "I am calm and centered," or "I approach the day with gratitude and kindness." Mindful work breaks. Incorporating mindful breaks into our workday can help us reduce stress, increase focus, and enhance productivity. Mindful work breaks allow us to step away from our tasks and recharge our minds. Here are some suggestions for creating mindful work breaks. Mindful breathing. Taking a few minutes to focus on our breath can help us relax and reset our minds. We can close our eyes, take deep breaths, and bring our attention to the sensations of the breath entering and leaving our body. Mindful movement. Engaging in gentle stretching or mindful movement during work breaks can help release tension in our bodies and increase our energy levels. We can take a short walk, do some stretching exercises, or practice mindful yoga poses. Mindful nature breaks. Spending time in nature, even for a few minutes, can have a profound impact on our well-being. We can take a walk in a nearby park, sit under a tree, or simply observe the beauty of nature around us. Mindful eating. Instead of mindlessly eating at our desks, we can bring mindfulness to our lunch break. We can savor each bite, notice the flavors and textures, and fully engage our senses in the act of eating. Evening wind down. Creating a mindful wind down routine in the evening can help us relax, let go of the day's stress, and prepare for a restful sleep. Here are some suggestions for creating a mindful wind down routine. Mindful reflection. taking a few moments to reflect on the day can help us gain insights and cultivate gratitude. We can journal about our experiences, write down things we are grateful for, or simply take a few moments to mentally review the day. Mindful relaxation. Engaging in relaxation practices such as deep breathing, meditation, or gentle stretching can help us unwind and release tension from our bodies. We can create a calm and peaceful environment by dimming the lights, playing soothing music, or using aromatherapy. Mindful digital detox. Disconnecting from electronic devices, especially before bedtime, can support a more restful sleep. We can establish a technology-free zone in our bedroom and engage in activities that promote relaxation, such as reading a book, taking a warm bath, or practicing mindfulness meditation. Mindful sleep preparation. Creating a sleep-friendly environment can enhance the quality of our sleep. We can ensure our bedroom is dark, quiet, and at a comfortable temperature. Establishing a consistent sleep schedule and practicing relaxation techniques can also contribute to a more restful night's sleep. By incorporating these mindful routines into our daily lives, we can create a foundation for living with greater awareness, presence, and well-being. Remember, the key is to approach these routines with a sense of curiosity, openness, and non-judgment. As we cultivate mindfulness in our routines, we can experience the transformative power of living in the present moment. Mindful eating and nutrition. In our fast-paced and busy lives, it is easy to overlook the importance of mindful eating and nutrition. We often find ourselves rushing through meals or mindlessly snacking on unhealthy foods without paying attention to what we are consuming. However, by practicing mindfulness in our eating habits, we can not only improve our physical health but also enhance our overall well-being. The importance of mindful eating. Mindful eating is the practice of bringing full awareness and attention to the act of eating. It involves being present in the moment, savoring each bite, and paying attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of the food. By practicing mindful eating, we can develop a healthier relationship with food and make more conscious choices about what we eat. One of the key benefits of mindful eating is that it helps us become more attuned to our body's hunger and fullness cues. By paying attention to our body's signals, we can eat when we are truly hungry and stop when we are satisfied, rather than eating out of boredom or emotional reasons. This can prevent overeating and promote a healthier weight. Practicing mindful eating. To incorporate mindful eating into your daily life, here are some practical tips. Slow down. Take the time to eat your meals slowly and mindfully. Chew your food thoroughly and savor each bite. This allows you to fully experience the flavors and textures of the food. Eliminate distractions. Minimize distractions such as television, smartphones, or computers while eating. Instead, create a calm and peaceful environment that allows you to focus solely on your meal. Engage your senses. Pay attention to the colors, smells, and textures of your food. Take a moment to appreciate the visual appeal of your meal before taking the first bite. Notice the aroma and savor the flavors as you eat. Listen to your body. Tune into your body's hunger and fullness cues. Eat when you are hungry and stop when you are satisfied. Avoid eating until you feel overly full or uncomfortable. Practice gratitude. Before you begin eating, take a moment to express gratitude for the food in front of you. Reflect on the effort that went into growing, preparing, and serving the meal. This can help cultivate a sense of appreciation for the nourishment you are about to receive. Making healthy food choices. In addition to practicing mindful eating, it is important to make conscious choices about the foods we consume. Here are some guidelines for making healthy food choices. Eat a balanced diet. Aim to include a variety of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats in your meals. This ensures that you are getting a wide range of nutrients to support your overall health. Limit processed foods. Processed foods are often high in added sugars, unhealthy fats, and artificial ingredients. Try to minimize your intake of processed snacks, sugary beverages, and fast food. Instead, opt for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. Stay hydrated. Drinking an adequate amount of water is essential for maintaining good health. Aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water per day and limit your consumption of sugary drinks. Practice portion control. Be mindful of your portion sizes. Use smaller plates and bowls to help control your portions and prevent overeating. Listen to your body's signals of fullness and stop eating when you are satisfied. Seek professional guidance. If you have specific dietary needs or health concerns, consider consulting a registered dietitian or nutritionist. They can provide personalized guidance and help you create a balanced and nutritious eating plan. The benefits of mindful eating and nutrition. By incorporating mindful eating and making healthy food choices, you can experience a range of benefits, including improved digestion. Mindful eating promotes better digestion by allowing your body to properly break down and absorb nutrients from the food you consume. Weight management. Mindful eating can help you maintain a healthy weight by preventing overeating and promoting a more balanced relationship with food. Increased satisfaction. By savoring each bite and paying attention to the flavors and textures of your food, you can experience a greater sense of satisfaction and enjoyment from your meals. Enhance self-awareness. Mindful eating encourages self-awareness and helps you develop a deeper understanding of your body's needs and preferences. Reduce stress and emotional eating. By practicing mindfulness in your eating habits, you can reduce stress and emotional eating as you become more attuned to your body's hunger and fullness cues. Remember, mindful eating is not about strict rules or restrictions. It is about cultivating a positive and balanced relationship with food. By practicing mindfulness in your eating habits and making conscious choices about the foods you consume, you can nourish your body and cultivate a healthier and more mindful approach to nutrition. Mindfulness in relationships. Relationships play a significant role in our lives, shaping our happiness, well-being, and overall satisfaction. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a family bond, the quality of our relationships can greatly impact our mental and emotional state. Mindfulness can be a powerful tool in cultivating healthy and fulfilling relationships by fostering deeper connections, improving communication, and enhancing empathy and understanding. Cultivating presence and active listening. One of the fundamental aspects of mindfulness in relationships is cultivating presence and practicing active listening. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in our own thoughts and distractions, leading to a lack of attention and understanding in our interactions with others. By bringing mindfulness into our relationships, we can learn to be fully present and engaged with our loved ones. Active listening involves giving our full attention to the person speaking, without interrupting or formulating our response in our minds. It requires setting aside our own agenda and truly hearing what the other person is saying. Mindful listening involves being aware of our own thoughts and judgments that may arise during the conversation and gently letting them go, allowing us to be fully present with the other person. Cultivating empathy and understanding. Mindfulness also helps us cultivate empathy and understanding in our relationships. By practicing non-judgmental awareness, we can suspend our own biases and preconceived notions, allowing us to see the other person's perspective more clearly. This empathetic understanding creates a safe space for open and honest communication, fostering deeper connections and resolving conflicts more effectively. When we approach our relationships with mindfulness, we become more attuned to the emotions and needs of others. We develop the ability to listen not only to the words being spoken, but also to the underlying emotions and intentions. This heightened awareness allows us to respond with compassion and empathy, strengthening the bond between us and our loved ones. Resolving conflicts mindfully. Conflicts are a natural part of any relationship, but how we handle them can make a significant difference in the overall health and longevity of the relationship. Mindfulness can be a valuable tool in resolving conflicts in a constructive and compassionate manner. When conflicts arise, it's essential to approach them with a calm and non-reactive mindset. Mindfulness helps us become aware of our own emotional triggers and automatic reactions, allowing us to respond rather than react impulsively. By taking a step back and observing our thoughts and emotions without judgment, we can choose to respond with clarity and understanding. Mindful communication during conflicts involves active listening, expressing ourselves honestly and respectfully, and seeking to understand the other person's perspective. It requires being present in the moment and letting go of the need to be right or to win the argument. Instead, the focus shifts towards finding a mutually beneficial solution and preserving the connection and well-being of both individuals involved. Nurturing connection and intimacy. Mindfulness can also enhance the level of connection and intimacy in our relationships. By being fully present with our loved ones, we create a space for deep connection and emotional intimacy to flourish. Mindful presence allows us to appreciate the small moments of joy and connection that often go unnoticed in the busyness of life. In romantic relationships, mindfulness can enhance the quality of physical intimacy by bringing a heightened sense of awareness and presence to the experience. By being fully present in the moment, we can deepen our connection with our partner and cultivate a more fulfilling and satisfying intimate relationship. Practicing forgiveness and letting go. Forgiveness is an essential aspect of maintaining healthy relationships. Holding on to grudges and past hurts can create barriers and hinder the growth of the relationship. Mindfulness can help us cultivate forgiveness by allowing us to let go of resentment and move forward with compassion and understanding. Through mindfulness, we can observe our own pain and the pain of others without judgment. This observation helps us develop empathy and compassion, enabling us to understand the motivations and struggles of those who may have hurt us. By practicing forgiveness, we free ourselves from the burden of anger and resentment, creating space for healing and growth within the relationship. Cultivating mindful communication habits. In addition to the specific practices mentioned above, cultivating mindful communication habits can greatly enhance the quality of our relationships. Some key habits to develop include speaking with intention and clarity, choosing our words mindfully to express ourselves authentically and respectfully. Taking pauses during conversations to reflect on our thoughts and emotions before responding. Avoiding multitasking and giving our full attention to the person we are communicating with. Using nonverbal cues, such as eye contact and body language, to convey attentiveness and understanding. Being aware of our tone of voice and ensuring it aligns with the message we want to convey. Practicing gratitude and appreciation by expressing genuine thanks and acknowledgement for the other person's presence and contributions. By integrating these mindful communication habits into our relationships, we create an environment of trust, respect, and understanding, fostering deeper connections and nurturing the well-being of both ourselves and our loved ones. Conclusion. Mindfulness in relationships is a powerful practice that can transform the way we connect and interact with others. By cultivating presence, empathy, and understanding, we can foster deeper connections, resolve conflicts more effectively, and nurture the overall well-being of our relationships. Through mindful communication and the cultivation of positive habits, we can create a space for love, growth, and fulfillment to thrive in our relationships. Mindfulness in the workplace. In today's fast-paced and demanding work environments, stress and burnout have become all too common. Many employees find themselves overwhelmed by the constant pressure to perform, meet deadlines, and juggle multiple responsibilities. This can lead to decreased productivity, increased absenteeism, and a negative impact on overall well-being. However, by incorporating mindfulness into the workplace, individuals can cultivate a more balanced and focused mindset, leading to improved performance, enhanced creativity, and greater job satisfaction. The benefits of mindfulness in the workplace. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present and engaged in the current moment, without judgment. When applied in the workplace, mindfulness can have numerous benefits for both employees and organizations. Here are some of the key advantages. 1. Stress reduction. Work-related stress is a significant issue that affects employee well-being and productivity. Mindfulness techniques, such as deep breathing exercises and meditation, can help individuals manage stress more effectively. By cultivating a calm and focused mindset, employees can reduce anxiety and improve their ability to handle challenging situations. 2. Improved focus and concentration. In today's digital age, distractions are abundant, making it difficult to stay focused on tasks. Mindfulness practices, such as mindful attention and meditation, can enhance concentration skills and improve attention span. By training the mind to stay present and avoid distractions, employees can increase their productivity and efficiency. 3. Enhanced emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and manage one's own emotions and understand the emotions of others. Mindfulness practices promote self-awareness and empathy, which are essential components of emotional intelligence. By developing emotional intelligence, employees can navigate workplace relationships more effectively, resolve conflicts, and foster a positive work environment. 4. Increased creativity and innovation. Mindfulness encourages individuals to approach situations with an open and non-judgmental mindset. This mindset allows for greater creativity and innovation in problem-solving and decision-making. By embracing mindfulness, employees can tap into their creative potential and contribute fresh ideas to their work. 5. Improved communication and collaboration. Mindfulness practices, such as active listening and presence, can enhance communication skills. When employees are fully present and attentive during conversations, they can better understand and respond to the needs of their colleagues. This leads to improved collaboration, teamwork, and overall effectiveness in the workplace. 6. Enhance resilience and adaptability. The ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to change is crucial in today's dynamic work environments. Mindfulness practices help individuals develop resilience by cultivating a non-judgmental attitude towards challenges and setbacks. By embracing mindfulness, employees can become more adaptable and better equipped to navigate change and uncertainty. Incorporating mindfulness into the workday. Integrating mindfulness into the workday doesn't have to be complicated or time-consuming. Here are some practical ways to incorporate mindfulness into the workplace. 1. Mindful breathing. Encourage employees to take short breaks throughout the day to focus on their breath. Deep breathing exercises can help reduce stress and promote relaxation. Simple techniques like inhaling deeply for a count of 4, holding the breath for a count of 4, and exhaling for a count of 4 can be done discreetly at the desk or in a quiet space. 2. Mindful eating. Encourage employees to eat mindfully by paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of their food. Encourage them to eat slowly and savor each bite. This practice not only promotes healthier eating habits but also allows employees to take a break from work and fully enjoy their meals. 3. Mindful communication. Promote mindful communication by encouraging active listening and presence during meetings and conversations. Encourage employees to give their full attention to the speaker, avoid interrupting, and respond thoughtfully. This fosters better understanding, empathy, and collaboration among team members. 4. Mindful workspaces. Create a work environment that supports mindfulness. Provide quiet spaces where employees can take short breaks to meditate or practice mindfulness exercises. Consider incorporating elements of nature, such as plants or natural lighting, to create a calming and peaceful atmosphere. 5. Mindful time management. Encourage employees to prioritize tasks and set realistic goals to avoid feeling overwhelmed. Teach them to focus on one task at a time, practicing mindful attention and avoiding multitasking. This approach promotes better time management and reduces stress. 6. Mindful movement. Encourage employees to incorporate mindful movement into their workday. This can include stretching exercises, short walks, or even desk yoga. Physical movement helps release tension, improves circulation, and enhances overall well-being. Creating a mindful workplace culture. To truly integrate mindfulness into the workplace, it is essential to create a supportive and inclusive culture that values well-being and mindfulness. Here are some strategies to foster a mindful workplace culture. 1. Leadership support. Leadership plays a crucial role in promoting mindfulness in the workplace. When leaders prioritize their own mindfulness practice and openly support mindfulness initiatives, it sets a positive example for employees and encourages their participation. 2. Mindfulness training. Offer mindfulness training programs or workshops to employees. These programs can provide education on mindfulness techniques and offer opportunities for employees to practice and develop their mindfulness skills. Regular mindfulness sessions can be conducted to reinforce the practice. 3. Mindfulness challenges. Organize mindfulness challenges or initiatives to engage employees and create a sense of community around mindfulness. This can include activities such as group meditation sessions, gratitude practices, or mindful eating challenges. 4. Mindfulness resources. Provide employees with resources such as books, articles, or apps that promote mindfulness. This allows employees to continue their mindfulness practice outside of the workplace and reinforces the importance of mindfulness in their daily lives. 5. Mindful policies. Consider incorporating mindfulness into workplace policies and practices. For example, allowing flexible work hours to accommodate mindfulness practices or creating designated mindfulness spaces within the office. 6. Regular check-ins. Encourage regular check-ins with employees to assess their well-being and provide support. This can be done through one-on-one meetings or anonymous surveys to gauge employee satisfaction and identify areas for improvement. By incorporating mindfulness into the workplace, organizations can create a more positive and productive work environment. Mindfulness not only benefits individual employees but also contributes to the overall success and well-being of the organization as a whole. Sustaining a mindful lifestyle. Sustaining a mindful lifestyle is not just about practicing mindfulness in isolated moments throughout the day. It is about cultivating a set of habits of mind that support a continuous state of mindfulness. These habits of mind are the foundation upon which a mindful lifestyle is built, allowing us to integrate mindfulness into every aspect of our lives. Cultivating mindful habits. To sustain a mindful lifestyle, it is essential to cultivate habits that support mindfulness. These habits can be developed through consistent practice and conscious effort. Here are some key habits to consider. Daily meditation practice. One of the most effective ways to cultivate mindfulness is through a daily meditation practice. Taking a few minutes each day to sit in stillness and observe the breath can help to calm the mind, increase self-awareness, and develop a greater sense of presence. Consistency is key, so try to establish a regular meditation routine that works for you. Mindful movement. Incorporating mindful movement into your daily routine can help to bring a sense of mindfulness to your physical body. Activities such as yoga, tai chi, or simply taking a mindful walk can help you connect with your body, release tension, and cultivate a greater sense of presence in the present moment. Gratitude practice. Practicing gratitude is a powerful habit that can shift your focus from what is lacking in your life to what you already have. Each day, take a few moments to reflect on the things you are grateful for. This practice can help to cultivate a positive mindset and increase your overall sense of well-being. Self-reflection. Regular self-reflection is an important habit for sustaining a mindful lifestyle. Take time each day to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. This practice can help you gain insight into your patterns of behavior and make conscious choices that align with your values and intentions. Mindful eating. Eating mindfully is a habit that can transform your relationship with food and nourish your body and mind. Take the time to savor each bite, paying attention to the flavors, textures, and sensations of the food. Eating slowly and without distractions can help you develop a greater appreciation for the nourishment that food provides. Creating a mindful environment. In addition to cultivating mindful habits, creating a supportive environment can greatly contribute to sustaining a mindful lifestyle. Here are some suggestions for creating a mindful environment. Decluttering and simplifying. A cluttered and chaotic environment can create mental clutter and hinder mindfulness. Take the time to declutter your physical space and create a clean and organized environment. Simplifying your surroundings can help create a sense of calm and clarity, making it easier to focus on the present moment. Creating sacred spaces. Designate a specific area in your home or workplace as a sacred space for mindfulness practice. This could be a corner with a comfortable cushion, a small altar, or any other elements that inspire a sense of peace and tranquility. Having a dedicated space can serve as a reminder to prioritize mindfulness in your daily life. Minimizing distractions. Identify and minimize distractions that can pull you away from mindfulness. This could include turning off notifications on your phone, setting boundaries with technology, or creating designated quiet times throughout the day. By reducing external distractions, you can create a more conducive environment for sustained mindfulness. Nurturing mindful relationships. Sustaining a mindful lifestyle is not just an individual endeavor, it also involves nurturing mindful relationships with others. Here are some ways to cultivate mindful relationships. Active listening. Practice active listening when engaging in conversations with others. Give your full attention to the person speaking, without interrupting or formulating a response in your mind. Truly listen to what they are saying, and respond mindfully and compassionately. Cultivating empathy and compassion. Developing empathy and compassion towards others is an essential aspect of sustaining a mindful lifestyle. Put yourself in the shoes of others, seek to understand their perspectives, and respond with kindness and compassion. This can help foster deeper connections and create a more harmonious and supportive social environment. Setting boundaries. Setting healthy boundaries is crucial for maintaining a mindful lifestyle. Learn to recognize and communicate your needs effectively, while also respecting the boundaries of others. By establishing clear boundaries, you can create a balanced and harmonious dynamic in your relationships. Consistency and patience. Sustaining a mindful lifestyle requires consistency and patience. It is important to remember that mindfulness is a lifelong journey, and it takes time to develop and integrate mindful habits into your daily life. Be patient with yourself and embrace the process, knowing that each moment is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. By cultivating mindful habits, creating a supportive environment, nurturing mindful relationships, and practicing consistency and patience, you can sustain a mindful lifestyle that brings greater peace, clarity, and well-being into every aspect of your life. Remember, mindfulness is not just a practice, it is a way of living. As we conclude our journey through mindful mastery, navigating self-awareness and emotional intelligence, remember that self-awareness and emotional intelligence are lifelong practices. By incorporating mindfulness into your daily life and nurturing your emotional well-being, you are taking powerful steps towards a more fulfilling and harmonious existence. May this audiobook serve as a guidepost on your ongoing path of growth and self-discovery. Embrace each moment with mindfulness, cultivate compassion for yourself and others, and continue to deepen your understanding of the intricate tapestry of emotions that shape our human experience. Thank you for joining us on this transformative journey. Written by Mindful Literary, Mindful Mastery is not just a book but a companion on your quest for mindful living and emotional resilience. Wishing you peace, clarity, and mindful mastery in all aspects of your life.